Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata, ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. Yeah, sing it, Daddy. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Means no worries. Hakuna Matata. Living a life like Big Daddy's, you gotta have a little Hakuna Matata in there. So you just end up fucking strangling somebody to death. One of the philosophies that I weaved into my fucking creed, my code, my ethos, is a little thing called Hakuna Matata. It means no worries. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. Means no worries for the rest of your days. It's a problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Means no worries. Hakuna Matata. Hakuna Matata. Oh yeah, my friend. Welcome to the motherfucking show. Yeah, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope stream to step to. Papa Top again. Yeah, I got a few beers gonna be drinking on. Yep. We're gonna be chilling tonight. Just chilling. Probably gonna be a short one. And maybe long too, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll fucking see how it goes. Yep. Welcome to the show. Anybody unfamiliar with the show? I am Big Daddy. Just one man. I rip the mic. Give the distilled essence of all of the greatness of late night from the 90s. With my own take on it. Yeah, usually we start out the show with a little weekend update. What went on during the week. It's been a while since I streamed. Shit. Hold on, let me drink some of this beer. Got to tack on a proper buzz. We're just chilling tonight, like we always do. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Hope everybody can hear me all right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been streaming like I normally do. Normally I stream once every week. I was gonna stream yesterday. Well, I was gonna stream Saturday, but got a little too burnt out. And I'm like, you know what? I'll fucking stream Sunday. Sunday came around, and I had the fucking stream lined up in the queue, ready to go. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna lay down, take a little nap. I feel a little burnt out. Next thing I know, I wake up. It's like fucking 2 a.m. I'm like, oh fuck, I overslept it. I'll just do it tomorrow. And alas, here we are. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention much to the news. That's the reason why I haven't been streaming. It's like, fuck, I can't really stream if I have nothing to talk about. It's just like I don't really care, really. I got a lot of shit I've got going on in my own life. Wrapping up a bunch of shit. Wrapping up the harvest season. It's finally over. Finally fucking over. Yep. Now it's time to just chill. Chill mode. Get ready for the fucking winter. Winter's coming on. Winter is coming. It's going to be a cold winter. Yep. It's going to be a fucking cold winter indeed. That's just what my fucking instincts tell me, at least. Yep. I hear a lot of people all across the country here talking about how cold fucking weather is. I'm gonna have to get my propane tanks nice and filled. Get my little heater buddy going. Stay warm. Yeah, last winter I made it through the whole winter with just 3 fucking propane tanks. 3 little 15-gallon tanks. Yeah, there have been certain winters where I fucking rocked it without any fucking heat. And the fucking temperature can get down to like below 0 and shit. Let you know how fucking hardcore Big Daddy is. Yeah. Growing my plants and whatnot. Yeah, I successfully created not just a frost-resistant, but a freeze-resistant marijuana strain. There doesn't exist freeze-resistant marijuana strains, but I created one. Yeah, if you back cross marijuana strains onto themselves so many times, after about the 3rd year, they get fully acclimated to the environment that they're at. Yeah, usually about mid-October we have a frost, and it got down to about 18 degrees, and the plants survived it. I'm like, you know what? Let's just let it go and see how fucking see how tough these motherfuckers are. And sure enough, fucking think it was like about for 2 days in a row, it got down to shit single digits, and the water fucking just froze over, like the fucking dog water outside just froze over. But the plants lived. They fucking lived through freezing temperatures. Yeah, that's a fucking killer strain right there. 100, 200, hell, 1,000 years from now, what I created, it will still live on. Now that is a fucking legacy right there. People can still grow fucking pot in the wintertime, still get high if they want to. It's not just that. I'm growing these special types of melons, peppers. Anybody familiar with melons and peppers knows that they can cross-pollinate themselves, and they can create custom strains. I had these peppers, like I grew 3 different peppers: jalapeno, habanero, and cayenne. And what happened was the cayenne pepper, it took on the traits of the jalapeno and the habanero, and it created a whole new pepper. Just imagine like a bell pepper, only a little bit smaller, like a medium-sized bell pepper. and they start turning like light green, dark green, then they eventually turn red, and you can harvest them at any one of those phases. And they're not like super hot like a regular pepper, but they still got spice to it. It's the perfect amount of spice. Sweet peppers, I call them. But after that first frost, almost all my pepper plants died. But I had 2 jalapeno plants live, and one of my sweet peppers lived. So what I do is take the seeds from those ones that lived, plant them next year, and most of those plants should be, resistant to frost. And you do the same thing, the ones that survive when it hits, so on and so forth. Then next thing you know, you got a strain that will not only be resistant to frost, but freezes as well, and you can grow it all year round. Yeah, that's fucking farming for you right there. People don't know about that shit. It's all about getting a good soil mix going too. Luckily, I got enough natural ingredients around this place where I live to mix together some real killer fucking soil mixes. Yeah, Big Daddy. What's going on with me? Yeah, just been chilling. Just got done final harvest, and I'm getting ready for the next chapter, winter. Yeah, once you live out in the fucking cuts, you basically measure life by winters, one winter at a time. Kind of like how they did back in the olden days, I guess. Yep, living in the country. God, I love living out here. I couldn't imagine living in a fucking city. Just imagine living in some fucking hellhole like San Francisco. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I hear the president of China came over there to visit, President Xi. And just coincidentally, at the same time, a massive fire broke out under the I-10 freeway in a homeless encampment. Lord only knows how many fucking homeless end up getting killed. Yeah. I wonder how that happened. A meth fire, meth lab explosion. Or maybe whole Gavin Newsom decided to take the broom, try to sweep the steps before the fucking Chinese president came. I wonder. Well, I bet the residents of LA are all, please, President Xi, come visit LA. Maybe they'll clean up LA too and fucking kill a bunch of homeless. Jesus Christ. That's the left for you. That's what they think of human life. They will literally like do a burnt offering and just sacrifice fucking thousands of homeless people and just burn them alive. And nobody bats a fucking eye. But yeah, we got to clean this place up. Chinese president's coming. I almost guarantee you that's what fucking happened. Yeah, if you scratch the surface, dig deep, I bet you find there are agents there that fucking set that shit up. Burnt those fucking homeless people alive, set their camps on fire. Like, fucking, we need to clean this place up. Yeah, you look at all the fucking graffiti on the streets, all the shit on the streets, clean that shit up. Got to impress the president of China. Boy, you try to fucking, you tell me Gavin Newsom isn't running for the fucking presidency. Oh boy, if you thought Joe Biden was bad, oh God, just fucking wait until they install Gavin Newsom into power. Oh God, you ain't seen nothing yet. Just imagine Justin Trudeau, but American version, American Justin Trudeau. And that'll give you an idea what a Gavin Newsom presidency is going to be like. Yeah, maybe this will become a policy with Democrats. They'll just start just fucking killing homeless people. Use those robot drones on them to start burning out their fucking encampments. Because that's the one group of people that don't really have a lobby. Like nobody out there is saying, "Oh, the homeless lives matter" or whatever. Like no, nobody gives a shit about homeless people. You literally fucking just kill as many as you want. Nobody gives a fuck. That and hookers too. Homeless and hookers. That reminds me of a scene in my fucking comic book. harken back to that time when Sinead O'Connor made her statements on Saturday Night Live about the Pope, caught her all that fucking heat and flack. There's a scene in my comic where the Pope, he fucking murders a hooker, then rapes her corpse, and then he fucking murders a fucking homeless man afterwards. Like the Pope, he's like the second most evil character in the whole fucking thing. But like, fuck, if Sinead O'Connor caught that kind of heat for tearing up a picture of the Pope, I wonder what kind of fucking heat Big Daddy's gonna get once that fucking shit finally hits. I wonder. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm in the process of trying to find a new artist for the project. On the third artist, I've already resigned myself to the fact that this project is just going to eat artists up. I basically have to sacrifice their soul to the project because they're never the same afterwards. Yeah, that's the level of what's going on with that. Yeah, my fucking artist stalled out 2 pages. I've just been fucking waiting on him turning these last 2 pages. And they're not really necessary pages. It's just that I thought my first artist kind of phoned shit in a little bit, so I just had my second artist go back and redo a page and then add another page just to flesh the scene out, make it a little bit better, add another character. But he's just been stalled out at these 2 pages forever, and it's like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with the original fucking page. Fuck it. Yeah, sometimes you just got to go full Jim Shooter, as the saying goes. If artists aren't hitting the deadlines or whatever, you got to fucking replace them. I had a list of artists too that I was gonna, use just in case something happened with the second artist and he fucking went to shit and had a total breakdown like the first one did. And my very number one on the list, I went to go look, and they're no longer taking commissions. It's like, oh, you got to be kidding me! Just my fucking luck. Yeah, such is the way. But yeah, once you get started on something, you just got to keep going and going until it's finished. Yeah. You hear there was some sort of a Democrat insurrection. Hear about that one? Some people protesting, pro-Palestinians stormed the Capitol, not once but twice. Do you think any of them are going to get arrested and thrown into solitary confinement for several years? Fuck no. That just goes to show that it was all just bullshit. Speaking of which, the Q shaman, they released him a while back, I guess. And I hear the Q shaman is actually going to be running for the fucking Congress. Yep. No chance in hell he's going to get elected, though. Guaranteed. Even if he wins by tens of thousands of votes, they ain't going to let that motherfucker anywhere near the halls of power. Hell no. Yeah, anybody foolish enough to believe that shit actually is. I mean, to think that voting works and counts and like your vote matters or whatever, it's about the same as believing that Santa Claus is real or the Tooth Fairy is real. Yeah, you hear about this latest shit going over in Pennsylvania. Some judge basically had to order a whole new election because of all the goddamn shenanigans that were going on. Stemming from those machines, too. Yeah, I've said this before. Until they do away with mail-in ballots and they do away with those godforsaken machines, there's no fucking point of voting anymore. And until they get rid of the dead voters, too. Get the dead people off the voting rolls. Yeah, that's it. Those 3 things. You clean up those 3 things. Mail-in ballots, the voting machines, and the dead people voting. Like that. Democrats never win another fucking election ever again. Basically. Oh, real. Yeah, that's why that shit will never be cleaned up. For that reason and that reason alone. Yep. Goofy versus Palpatine. Goofy loses that fucking fight every time, like I said. Yeah, speaking of which, you hear about old George Floyd, that motherfucker? His autopsy came back, and sure enough, it was the fentanyl that did him in, like we all fucking knew. But the cities had to burn anyway. That fucking cop is probably going to spend the rest of his life in jail. George Floyd will be sanctified and become Black Jesus to the left, I guess. Yeah, that goddamn George Floyd. He's cost me 2 fucking strikes, that stupid piece of shit. Like one for a goddamn thumbnail, and then another video where I basically showed 1 second of the thumbnail in the video, and then they struck me for that video too. They just did that recently. And the video had been out for a while too, which means somebody manually flagged me. And I have little doubt it was a ripetard. Who else would have flagged for such a thing? Those people are such pieces of shit. God, I hate ripetards. I hope he fails. I've said this before, yes. We're going to be talking about that later on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, if you want to hear Big Daddy just rip into fucking oh shit fucking his goddamn fan base, you just stick around for later on. Ethan Van Sciver gets it with both barrels too. Yeah. Hold on, let me chug some more of this beer. We're going to tack on a proper buzz and we're going to roast some motherfuckers. I ain't going to hold your hand. Yep, I ain't going to hold your hand. You're just going to have to come along for the ride. Like I said, it might be a short stream, but it could be a long fucking 3-hour fucking epic one. Who knows? I don't know if I've got that kind of energy in me, but maybe. I'm kind of like Popeye when it comes to this kind of shit, but instead of spinach, I've got the beers. Yeah, the beers are my spinach. I am what I am, as Popeye would say. Yeah. They're trying to fucking tear it all down, create new relics, new monuments, new heroes. I heard they burnt a fucking Robert E. Lee statue, burnt it down, smelted it. Yeah. I wonder if this type of shit happened in the distant past. And this is the reason why we don't know what really went on. Like all of these fucking different gods people might have worshipped. Like, oh no, we're not worshiping those gods no more. Just destroy all those idols. And all of a sudden, history's completely erased. Thousands of years from now, they comb through the ruins of America. Instead of finding these statues of all these Confederate people, they just find George Floyd statues and shit. Like, who was this guy? And all of a sudden, some sort of Yakub-style legend forms around George Floyd, the man that destroyed America single-handedly, sacrificed himself, the destruction of the nation. Yeah, you talk about a PR nightmare. Speaking of PR nightmares, shit, I hear Israel is having hell of a PR nightmare with their war with the Hamas terrorists over there. Yep. Yeah, I wonder if this is going to be the issue that divides the Democrat Party, because most of the Democrats, they're all about pro-Palestine or whatever. All of these young ones, but then you see the politician Democrats, they always got to support Israel. And it's like, I don't know, could this be the fucking issue that splits the Democrat Party, same way that abortion did with the fucking Republicans? Nah, who am I kidding? You can't split the Democrat Party the way you can Republicans. The Democrat Party, they're a fucking unit, like a rock. They fucking move in solidarity as one. There is no such thing as a maverick Democrat. No. There's maverick Republicans all over the place. Yeah. Goofy versus Palpatine, like I said. Goofy loses that fucking fight every time. Yeah, anybody fucking thinks voting still matters, shit. Got another thing coming. Yeah. Wokeness. Sickness of the soul. These wokists, like locusts, they coming for your soul. They coming for the motherfucking children's genitals. A lot of people don't think wokeness is real. It's real. Yeah, make no fucking mistake, it's real. For the people that believe wokeness isn't real, oh shit, you've fallen into their fucking mind trap. I hate to say it. Yeah. sometimes you need to break it down in a historical sense. Anybody ever hear of a man called Albert Pike? I'll tell you about Albert Pike. Hold on, let me down this beer. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. All right. The tale of Albert Pike. Yeah, this man, he was a general, a Confederate general back in the fucking 1800s. Long, long time ago. Anyway, he wrote a book called The Satanic Prince. And this guy, Albert Pike, he was a high-ranking member of the Illuminati. And he wrote in this book about how the Illuminati would go about taking over the earth. And they would do it using a series of world wars, 3 of them to be exact. And he laid out how these world wars were going to be. Keep in mind, this is the 1800s when this guy said this. The First World War was going to be about the creation of communism, setting up communism as a massive player on the world stage, so to speak. The Second World War was going to be about the creation of the nation of Israel. You want to know what the Third World War was going to be? They were going to use Islam as a tool to destroy Christianity in the West. Yes. And when the smoke cleared and the dust settled, and everybody is so sick of all the death, chaos, and violence, they're going to be looking for something to accept, something, anything other than traditional religion. And that's where the shining light comes in. The illuminated ones. Luciferianism. That's going to be the thing everybody's going to worship when the smoke cleared and the dust settled. Everybody's going to worship Lucifer, going to be a Luciferian. Now, you can't come out and just say, hey, we're all going to worship Lucifer now. Hey, we're all going to be Luciferians. No, you can't just come out and say that shit because nobody's going to fucking accept it. No. You have to hide it in a Trojan horse. You have to hide it in a fucking Trojan horse. Think about that. What is the Trojan horse? Wokeness. That's it. Wokeness is the Trojan horse. Yep. Once you understand that, everything they do makes perfect fucking sense. 1800s, he predicted not the first one, the second one, but the third one as well. Yeah, they had this fucking shit planned out for a while. The only question is, are we going to go along with this fucking shit? That's the fucking question. Yeah, here we got the whole marketing campaign for joining the military over here is fucking been flipped up over here in America. No longer are you seeing these ads, you know, trying to get the trans Latinxes with 2 mothers to fight the fucking wars for them. No, now they're trying to market their advertising towards white men again. Because they know at the end of the day, those are the only fucking people who are going to step up and do anything to save the fucking day. White men. Yes, the people that they hate so fucking much, that they vilify. Yep. The most dangerous motherfuckers on planet motherfucking Earth. A straight white male. If you absolutely, positively have to have some motherfucker step up and win your world war for you, you got to get a straight white male. The only fucking way. Yep, the only problem is they did some sort of poll, and I guess 72% of U.S. citizens will not fight in World War III. Nope. They fucking won't do it. They fucked up and they made everybody hate the country. So nobody wants to fucking die for the country now. Nobody's a patriot anymore. Good job. Good job, Democrats. Good fucking job. Yeah, you fucking miscalculated there. Uh-oh. Yep. Maybe you're not going to get your fucking blood sacrifice like you wanted, you pieces of shit. Good. Fucking good. Yeah, maybe they can stifle it in the end. All this fucking Just backwards leftist social engineering made people too fucking weak, so they didn't want to fight that final war they had set up for them. Yeah. Old Guy Fawkes, he had it fucking right. Guy Fawkes, he had the fucking right idea. Remember, remember, the 5th of November. Yeah. I'm not talking about that movie V for Vendetta. I'm talking about the dude that they reference about all that, Guy Fawkes. He was this British dude who had hatched a plot along with a bunch of other conspirators to blow up Parliament and kill all those motherfuckers, all the bigwigs, all the heads of power over there in Britain. Just kill them all, blow them up in Parliament. He had a plan, and he almost pulled it off too. He almost pulled it off. He had a bunch of black powder, like underneath Parliament, like shitloads of kegs of black powder. And he was going to fucking set it off and just blow them all up. But yeah, he got found out, and they stopped him before he could blow it up, and they tortured the fuck out of him. They ended up cutting him to pieces and spreading him throughout the fucking land to try to send a message. Yeah, but to this day, his message still resonates. Yeah, but a lot of people don't understand or realize Guy Fawkes, he gave us the fucking blueprint. He gave us the fucking blueprint. All of the big wigs, all of the heads of power, they all get together in one area. What do? Ah! Cut the head off a snake. That's what you do. I'm surprised nobody has fucking tried anything close to what Guy Fawkes tried to do since then. Because you get these fucking people getting together all the time, you know? Bilderberger meetings, the WEF meetings, Bohemian Grove. I mean, you get all of these fucking bigwigs all gathered together in one area. Congress, Senate. Why not do something? Airstrike of some sort. Davy Crockett. Soviet-style Russian suitcase nuke. I don't know. Get creative. Like Davy Crockett. Like a Davy Crockett nuke. That's a fucking a nuke that one person can fire. Go watch Metal Gear 3. Or play it, I should say. That's actually a real weapon, a Davy Crockett nuclear missile. I don't know if they make them anymore. But if they do, I could only imagine the fucking version of a Davy Crockett nowadays. Yeah. Sometimes you got to think outside of the box. Yeah, I remember the Chinese once saying that if you truly want to take out America, you're going to have to take out Israel because Israel controls America. Well, China, if you truly think that, well, like I said, you got to think outside of the box. I remember there was a certain, back way years ago, like back when I used to go on Reddit. I almost feel embarrassed admitting that now, knowing what Reddit has become. But this was years before it became like more cucked than what it is now. But I know like a lot of various alphabet types go on those sites and shit, including China, including Beijing. Yeah, and I kind of gave the Chinese the blueprint. Like, China, if you truly believe that, well, here's what you do. Here's what you do to keep your fucking fingerprints off of this, and to maintain full plausible deniability. Here's what you do. You give the Palestinians nuclear weapons. That's what you do. Just give the Palestinians some nuclear weapons. And like that, the seed is planted. And just let the Palestinians, well, all you got to do is, well, just think, what would the Palestinians do if they became a nuclear armed superpower? What would the very first thing the Palestinians would do if they got a hold of some nuclear weapons? Just think about it for a second. You really think that Israel is the one that's controlling America, and if you really want to go to war with America and take out America, you got to take out Israel too? And you want to keep your fucking hands clean in the whole thing? Give the Palestinians nuclear weapons. That's what you do. I wonder if some low-level analyst in Beijing saw that message and got that up to the higher-ups. You know they had to have thought of the fucking plan, the idea, at least once. I mean, they're not fucking stupid. There's a reason why Iran wants to attain the fucking things. Does Iran even have nukes yet? I think they might have them yet. Or they're on the cusp of them, or once they get them, though, shit might pop off. Here we're doing airstrikes over there in Syria. They don't have the Russians protecting them right now because Russia's doing their thing over there in Ukraine. Yeah, speaking of which, I hear that the Ukraine on the under is trying to have some peace talks now that America's kind of busy, looking over there at Israel. Like, hey, maybe we can finally strike a deal and fucking keep our country intact before everybody fucking dies. Yeah, here their average age of conscription over there in the Ukraine is now in their 40s now. Yeah, a lot of people don't know it or understand it, but they're just eating through their youth. They're just putting them on the front lines and they're just getting killed. Yeah, I've said this before. The West will sacrifice the Ukraine and literally kill every fucking citizen in the Ukraine if they think it'll weaken Russia just a little bit. The Ukraine, they have to know this on a certain level. Like, they need to fucking sue for peace because the West will sacrifice them. They got to get that piece of shit Zelensky out there. I've said this before. Until Zelensky is dead, there will be no peace, though. They have to assassinate him. That's the only fucking way. But I think Russia's original plan was to assassinate him, but they know how damaging he is to the West and how much damage he's causing to the West by just simply keeping him alive and having him be a puppet and having him bleed the Western coffers dry with this war. They know that he's actually doing much more good than harm. So the Russians decided not to pull the trigger on the assassination. So Zelensky's own people are going to have to fucking kill him. That's the only way this shit's going to end. Yeah. They're going to have to get creative. I heard over there that one of these Ukraine generals actually got killed in an assassination. He got a present, and when he opened up the present, there was grenades inside of it, and it blew him up. Damn, you talk about a fucking... Sounds like something from the Hitman video game. Yeah, one good thing those Russians did was they shut down all those U.S. biolabs over there. God, I guess we had so many fucking biolabs over there in the Ukraine. But now I guess we've moved a lot of those biolabs over there into Africa now. And Russia, they've been, kind of sounding the alarms. Like, they say, hey, U.S., they've reopened these biolabs up over here in Africa. Trying to warn the UN, you better do something about this. UN don't give a shit. They don't give a fucking shit. Yeah. A lot of people call America the Great Satan. They do so for a reason. It's because we are. You gotta judge a person by their deeds. Judge them by their deeds. Judge a country by its deeds. There's only one conclusion you can really come away from. Only one. Yeah, the reality is, though, we are the whore of Babylon. That's what America is in the grand scheme of things. The great whore that facilitates evil. But at the end of the day, the great whore dies. And when the great whore dies, the whole world mourns her death. Who's going to be the one that presides over the end of the great whore? Maybe it will be Gavin Newsom. Maybe. What Joe Biden didn't fucking completely finish off, Gavin Newsom will. Anybody knows Big Daddy knows I fucking predicted this a long time ago. Years ago, I said Gavin Newsom was going to be the one that they were going to install into power next. Because he did such a good job of destroying the state of California. Yep. Well, I'm telling you, it's either going to be 2024, if not 2024, it'll be 2028. But soon, fucking soon, Texas is going to flip and it's going to become a blue state. And it's going to be all because of those Californians that are moving there en masse. Yep. And that's going to be the reason Gavin Newsom's going to be fucking rewarded for conquering the state of Texas. Yep, that's going to be his prize. A lot of people don't understand it or realize it. That once the left is able to flip the state of Texas, it's over. It's fucking over. They're going to have every fucking electoral vote from here on out. They're not going to have to worry about fucking changing the Constitution to get rid of the Electoral College. Because once they flip Texas, it's over. It's fucking over. And it's going to happen. It's going to fucking happen. Make no mistake. Because Texans are weak. I've seen the makeup of your average Texan. They stand no chance. They stand no fucking chance. Let me give you a proper metaphor for Texans and Californians. If Texans were dogs, Texans would be Chihuahuas. There, that's it. Texans would be Chihuahuas. If Texans were a breed of dog, they would be a fucking Chihuahua. All bark, no bite. I've never heard of or met a Texan in my life that would fucking throw fucking fists with a person. No, they would rather fucking call the cops or sue you. Yeah, Texans, they're a fucking joke is what they are. Chihuahuas. Fucking Chihuahuas. Californians, coyotes. They're fucking coyotes. You got a coyote versus a Chihuahua. Chihuahua loses that fucking fight every time. Yeah, I've said this before about coyotes. There's a reason why you can basically hunt them year-round almost everywhere, and why you will never have coyotes go extinct the same way that wolves do. Because coyotes are tougher than wolves. Coyotes are a fucking nuisance creature that is fucking built to last. Yep. Coyotes. If you kill one fucking coyote, all of the females in the pack instinctively go into heat, and then they produce more coyotes. So it's almost detrimental to kill one of them. There's a reason why coyotes will never go extinct and why they can be hunted year-round, because you can never fucking kill them. Yep. They'll just go into an area and then they'll just take over and just fucking start killing until you fucking have to fight back against them and drive them out. It's the only way. You gotta keep some cattle dogs on hand that'll chase them off. You gotta fucking shoot at them. It's a job to keep away coyotes. Yeah. Texans don't fucking understand yet. They have coyotes invading their fucking state. They don't fucking get it. Your average Californian, they'll just vote Democrat all across the board. And like their state will slowly decay and just start falling apart around them and just start going to shit. Like, you know what? We need to move. Let's find a nice, affordable state where we can go move to. Hey, this red state here looks nice, Texas. They go there. And as soon as they move there, you want to know what they do? Boom. They start voting Democrat all across the fucking board again. And they do the same thing to your state, what they did to their state. I've said this before about California. It's like a gangrenous limb. Unless you perform a massive amount of surgery on it or sever the limb will eventually poison the rest of the body and kill the body. And that's what California is doing. And the higher ups know it. They fucking know it. And that's why Gavin Newsom is going to be rewarded for what he has done. For flipping the state of Texas, he's going to be rewarded and given the title of presidency. Yep. These poor fucking Texans have no fucking idea what's coming for them. Like I said, Chihuahuas versus coyotes. Chihuahuas are going to lose that fucking battle. Texan, all bark, no bite. Yeah, if you Texans want to keep Californians out of your state and keep them from flipping your state blue, you're going to have to start passing some laws or something. Keep those motherfuckers out, or to keep them from voting or something. Or just start, burning crosses in their lawn or something. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah, because these fucking Texans, they don't fucking understand it or realize it. They're just so weak. They're just so pathetic. They're just such a joke. And they basically stand at the gates of hell holding the keys. And once those coyotes come there and they just fucking devour them and take over that state, it's over. Like I said, the electoral votes that Texas wields, once the fucking left takes that state over, it's over. The Republicans will never win another election ever again. And this country will continue devolving further into chaos. The dollar is going to continue losing fucking value. We're going to get plunged into even more wars. They're going to murder even more fucking babies in the womb. The family unit's going to come under even more attack. The birth rate's going to plunge even more. And there's only going to be one person pleased about all of this. Moloch. Yep. Unless these fucking chihuahuas over there in Texas wake up and realize they're being invaded by coyotes and fucking do something about it. No fucking joke. Yeah, your average Texan would rather call the cops and sue you rather than actually fight you. No fucking joke. Weakness. I don't respect weakness. I fucking don't. Yep. Eric July is your average Texan, too. Textardia. You know, you heard of Portlandia? We're talking about Textardia. Textardation. Yeah, you want to know... now, Big Daddy, you're going to hear this probably nowhere else but Big Daddy. Now, I've done an analysis of Eric July and his fans, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that 90% or more of these quote-unquote ripitards that we see online that to act the way they do and defend Eric July the way they do, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that at least 90% of them or more are also from the state of Texas. Yes. I'm going to fucking say it. I think most of these ripitards that we see online that just straight up like true Dunning-Krugers with an IQ of like 45, I bet they are also Texans. I almost fucking guarantee it. Yep. You write that shit in stone. Write it down and write or die. Yeah, a lot of people think that we're dealing with a retard problem here with Eric July and his fan base. No, we're not dealing with a retard problem. No, we're dealing with a Texas problem. I'm telling you, this isn't retardation. This is textardation. Yep, textardation. Yeah. Yep. Come on, still jiggling, partner. Yeah, some of these motherfuckers, Jesus Christ. GL Gilmer, Renown Zero, Weapon X. Some of these guys, like, Jesus Christ. I mean, you know they're fucking stupid as fuck. All you gotta do is just look at their actions and their words. But I almost guarantee you, these motherfuckers are from Texas too. I bet big money. I mean, I could be wrong. I have been wrong in the past. But I would go out on a limb and say that 90% or more of his ripitards online that defend him with the zeal of that of a fucking god, I bet that they're also Texans. I almost fucking guarantee it. Oh, Glimmer is a Texan? Yeah. Yep. Taser Man. Yeah, I bet Taser Man's a fucking Texan. Well, you tell old Taser Boy he was raised by a single mother, too. You tell by all that fucking bitch-made beta energy. Yep. Yeah, maybe we'll take a little break and come back and do a little bit more shit talking and get about that time. It is about that time of the stream, about that midway point where I just cut loose and just start talking shit about fucking Eric July's fans, comic skaters, all these motherfuckers. Yeah, usually we start out the show talking about events, ideas, you know, the more important things. Then we kind of close the show out by talking about stupid shit, people. That's usually how we roll. Yep. Yeah, I think we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna go take a little bathroom break and come back and start talking some shit about some motherfuckers. All right, guys. I'm gonna throw on a little song here, little midway points. and then we're gonna come back. You need to go to the bathroom, go ahead and go. You need to go grab a smoke, go get a drink, go make a sandwich. Do it now. Big Daddy is a man who knows what is best in life. You crush and miss well, feeling my soul a spark. Brush death with this well, dancing with them devil in the dark. I get up in the evening, and I ain't got nothing left to say. I come home in the morning, I go to bed feeling the same way. I ain't nothing but tired. You're a liar and I am home myself. Hey there, baby, I could use just a little help. You can't start the fire, you can't start fire without a spark. And this gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Messages keep getting clearer. Radio's on and I'm moving around the place. I check my look in the mirror. I wanna change in my hair, my clothes, and my face. Man, I ain't getting nowhere. Just living in a dump like this. There's something happening somewhere. Baby, I just know that there is. You can't stop the fire. You can't start fire without a spark. And this gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Dancing in the dark. You sit around getting older. There's a joke here somewhere and it's on me. I shake this world off my shoulders, and then I'll ride on down the fucking street. You can't stop the fire. You can't start a fire without a spark. And this gun's for hire, even if we're just dancing in the dark. Even if we're just dancing in the dark. Dancing in the dark. Dancing in the dark. Dancing in the dark. All right. Pop a top again. All right, we're gonna tack on a proper buzz. We're gonna roast some motherfuckers. Yeah, what were we talking about? Eric July, Rippaverse. Yeah. I guess Alpha Core here launched a few days ago, and I think last time I saw it was hovering somewhere between 900,000 and a million. I wonder how high it's going to get. I remember I said if analytics are to be believed, and if it follows the same analytics as the second one from the first one, I predicted it would make somewhere between 800,000 and 1.1 million. I did go out on a limb and say that my gut told me it'd make around 250,000 or whatever. I mean, I have been wrong before as far as my instincts go. But I mean, if you take away the fact that it's most likely a fucking AstroTurf campaign, and take away the people that are buying multiple copies, the reality is 250,000 might be the more accurate number, Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see if it cracks the 1.1 million mark. If it does, well then, shit, he would have made more than than the analytics predict. It probably won't though. Now, who am I kidding? You'll figure out some sort of gimmick, another variant cover or two. You know, one variant cover he ain't going to get is from Ethan Van Sciver though. Nope. Yeah, he burned that bridge, or I should say, Ethan burned that bridge. Yeah, Ethan officially burned that bridge by dropping the DM. In case anybody didn't see that one, I did a whole video about that. Yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers are spending close to fucking $1,000 or more on this motherfucker and his goddamn comic. I mean, this is like Findom levels of cash on just trash tier fucking product. And people bragging about that shit too. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, but I wonder how much of it is actually real, and whether and how much of it's AstroTurf, you know? Because this motherfucker, I mean, lying comes just as easy to him as breathing. Anybody who fucking knows who this piece of shit is knows that. Talking about how he's fully self-made. He put $250,000 of his own money into this project, blah, 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 the Rippaverse, blah, blah, blah. And then it comes to find out that he's got 4 phantom investors that fucking are bankrolling him from behind the scenes, that we still don't know who these 4 phantom investors are. One of them, the Blaze? Probably. Yep. The Blaze is a token Negro. Yeah, they got to prop him up every way they can. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Yeah, but at least Ethan finally pulled his head out of his ass and fucking saw the whole shit for what it is and decided to make a move against the motherfucker. Better late than never. Yeah, Ethan has decided to have his road to Damascus moment, it seems. All of a sudden, now story means something. Like, story is important now. Really, the same guy that promoted Wart the Wizard, the same guy that promoted Cash Grab, fucking all those other fucking terrible books, the same guy that always promotes Narwhal, ya boy Zach, etc., etc. All of a sudden, now story is important. Really? Yeah. Yeah, one thing Eric was right about was he said the reason Ethan decided to turn was because he saw the opportunity. It was an opportune moment for him. Yeah. Make no mistake, Ethan is a snake. I mean, that guy is as slippery as an eel. Like, if he fucking thinks that, you know, that you're a liability, or you're gonna fucking like hold him back from being able to say what he wants to say or whatever, or do what he wants to do, or if he thinks that he can like turn you into drama to that he can, you know, farm for super chats or whatever, he's gonna do that. Yeah, there's a whole host of reasons why Ethan did what he did, but I'm sure it's his stupid fucking poor man's Tony Soprano complex. It was the leading reason behind the whole thing. Yeah, Tony Soprano would not allow some fucking upstart from Harlem to come down and take over his territory. No, no, no. He's gonna fucking eventually speak out against it and make a move against him and rally his crew and all that. This war is just getting started. It's just getting started. Yeah, I remember when Ethan first came out against him. He, on one of his fucking streams, one of his CG King streams, he basically it came out and accused Eric of well, he said in so many words that the Rippaverse is actually a money laundering operation for drugs. Yeah, ironically enough, the stream got privated afterwards. For that reason, probably. Yeah, Ethan and his money laundering accusation. Yeah. Going back to the Shane Davis cover, you know, it's like, why was this Shane Davis cover all of a sudden $100 or whatever? Try to milk your pay pigs. You know, if you're Eric, you had to have assumed that the Ethan Van Sciver cover was going to sell better than the Shane Davis cover. Why would you not have the Ethan Van Sciver cover be the $100 cover? That's what I would have done if I was Eric. Maximize the grift maxing. Yep. You make the cover that's going to be the most obvious obviously the most highest selling one, you make that the $100 one. Yeah, Rift Max. Kind of like what he's doing with his website tier. Like, I guess he's got this fucking thing going on where you pay $99 and you become like something far, far above that of a Super Mac, I guess. Because then you get 30% off of Rippaverse merch or whatever. Yeah. Only problem is you have to buy at least $300 worth of merchandise just to even be able to break even on that fucking 30%, you know, if you get that $90 or $99 a month or whatever. I mean, that's close to $1,200 a year. I mean, shit. Young Ripper gonna fly out and give you a happy ending for that? I mean, goddamn. It's a friendship simulator is what it is. It's fucking sad. It's fucking sad. Textardation. Textardia. Yeah, one of the most text-tarded motherfuckers I've ever seen. Look at Young Ripper's fucking neighbor, that guy. If you haven't seen him, go look at the fucking Tony G interview. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And you see all of the money this guy gave that fucking coon. Like, what? $1,000 here, $1,000 there, $500 here, $100. Like, why? Why? You got some sort of bullcuck findom fetish? You text-tarded piece of fucking trash? Like, Jesus Christ. Nobody fucking called the guy out either for what he really was either. Like, boy, it's a good thing Big Daddy wasn't on that panel. Fuck. Big Daddy don't take no shit. And Big Daddy will call a motherfucker out for who he really is, though. Textardation. Yep. We're not dealing with a retard problem. We're dealing with a Texas problem. I'm fucking telling you. Yep. Boy, speaking of real retarded shit, I guess old Rackets tried to do some stand-up. Oh, my God. Boy, you talk about some cringe shit. Like, it was about the same as like trying to watch a female do stand-up comedy. Only probably slightly less funny. Yeah, watching Rackets trying to do stand-up was about probably the most painful thing I'd ever seen. The funny part is, like, the light came on for him to get off the stage, but he stayed on the stage too, and like, I guess he fucked over the comedians that you know, they're coming after him. And if you're those comedians that are coming after Rackets, I guess he fucking stayed on like way, way longer than he should have, like fucking like, or like 3 sets longer, I guess. But those comedians that were supposed to come on afterwards, like, they still get paid, I guess. I mean, what are they gonna do? Not get paid just because some fucking dude tried to fuck them over because he doesn't understand the nature of how the fucking game is played? Tried to get up there and ramble on like it was one of his live streams or something. Like, Rackets, unless you're like roasting Young Ripper or doing something of that caliber, it's just kind of cringe, and you start showing your localness. Like, this is the reason why you're a fucking lolcow, Rackets. Fuck. Yeah, it was bad. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube somewhere out there, if it still exists. And I don't know. If I was Nick Ricade, I would try to move mountains to fucking make sure nobody saw that shit. Bury it. Yep. Yeah, anybody notice this this phenomenon happened with the ISOM? What's your favorite part? What's your favorite part of ISOM? Then all of a sudden the fucking the text tards, the ISOM tards, the ripatards, boy, they get triggered as fuck. Like, I've never seen anybody get this triggered over a question since the left has been asked, you know, what is a woman? That's the only other thing I've seen triggered people to this degree. What is your favorite part? Like, why would you not fucking answer the question? It doesn't make no sense. To not answer the question means one of two things. Either one, you didn't read the fucking book, or two, the book was so fucking bad that you didn't have a favorite part. There really is no in between. I mean, goddamn. To not answer the question means one of those two fucking things. You didn't read it, or it was so bad that you didn't have a favorite part. Any other reason is just like, what, snark? Oh, I'm too good to answer that question. Blah, blah, blah. Like, if you're Eric July, you've been presented with a perfect opportunity to do a little focus group testing, you know? You find out what the vast majority of everybody's favorite parts are, and let's just say 60% of the respondents back are something fight scene related. Like, oh, it seems like people like these fight scenes. I have no idea why, because they're some of the most poorly fucking scripted fight scenes I've ever seen. But if you get a lot of people that like the fight scenes, well, hey, Maybe I should start writing more fight scenes into the books. So it kind of gives you a little bit of a roadmap of where you could take things to give people a little bit more enjoyment. But no, he's like, blah, putting the kibosh on all semblance of discussion about it. No, nobody tell anybody what your favorite part is. It's in bad faith. Bad faith. Like bad faith? Bad faith? Like what do we mean by faith here exactly? Somebody tell me. I'll tell you what it means. Faith is a religious concept. That's what it is. So what do they mean by good faith, bad faith? It's pagan idolatry is what it is. It's pagan idolatry. They worship him like a god. That is not a god. No, that is not. It's pagan idolatry is what it is. Eric July and his fans, they're turning the independent comic book underground into an evil place. I don't want my project associated with an evil place. Repetards. Textards. Yep. Worshipping a fucking talentless, pubic bearded fucking hack like he's some sort of a god. It's a fucking disgrace is what it is. It's a fucking disgrace. Come on your face, big disgrace. Waving your copy of Isom all over the place. What a fucking joke. Yep. And this little war between Comicsgate and the Rippaverse, there's only going to be one winner and one winner alone in all of this fucking thing. Besides us, of course, laughing at it. And that is Graham Nolan. Graham Nolan is the winner. Yep. Just imagine that child in the divorce. Both parents are trying to fight for the favor of the child. So they're trying to, oh, I'm going to give the child presents. I'm going to give the child ice cream, this and that. Yeah, Graham Nolan, he's caught between the two factions. Like, I'm gonna promote Graham Nolan. No, I'm gonna promote Graham Nolan. So all of a sudden Graham Nolan gets all this promotion. His fucking ex-industry professional. One of the same ex-industry professionals that helped destroy the industry that they fucking so covet. Yep. Yeah, Graham Nolan's gonna be the only winner in that whole thing. Besides us, of course. Yeah. Boy, that Eric July. He's really caused a lot of people to lose a lot of credibility over all this fucking shit. Yeah, a lot of credibility has been lost on a lot of fronts. Alpha Slop hasn't reached 1 million yet. Yeah, it usually seems after the first week, there's a huge drop off and it kind of just trickles in afterwards. So if it hasn't hit 1 million within the first week, it might, but like I said, between 800,000 and 1.1 million was the prediction if the analytics were to be believed from the second one. Yeah. He's ruining the secondary market out there too. Like I'm seeing these graded copies, 9.6s, 9.8s. They're going for less than $30. Yeah, that's one of the many things he's doing that's fucking shit up. Like I said, he's poison. Eric July and his fans are fucking poison for indie comics. And I said he's caused a lot of people to lose a lot of credibility. Yeah, the people who have lost credibility because of Eric July. Mark Millar. Yeah, Mark Millar came out and tweeted about how Eric July had given him ISOM 1 and 2 as gifts, and how Mark Millar looked through them and said that they were good, real good for a first timer, real well put together. Yeah, it's basically like a retarded child showing off his macaroni art. Tell me I'm good. Tell me I'm good. Yeah, what's Mark Millar going to do? Like, just fucking bitch slap him metaphorically and say, oh my God, this is the worst shit I've ever read in my fucking life. No, was given those books as gifts. If somebody gives you a gift, I mean, you don't slap a gift horse in the mouth or whatever the old saying goes. And plus, I hear he's Scottish or whatever, and who knows what sort of customs they have over there that are different. Yeah, and Mark Millar, he's got fuck you money too. I mean, he don't give a shit. But yeah, he did lose credibility though. Anybody who doesn't speak the truth about that shit automatically loses credibility. Gina Carano, she lost credibility. Gina fucking Carano came out and made a tweet. Eric July is a force to be reckoned with. So Ethan Van Sciver dusts his old Twitter account out of retirement. I guess he got it back. And asks her, what's your favorite part? I don't think she answered, obviously, because she obviously didn't read it. Oh yeah, fucking Gina Carano, she just lost all semblance of not just credibility, but respect too. Like, I no longer respect Gina Carano. And after hearing about her story, it was kind of tragic. Like, anybody want to hear Gina Carano tell her tale in her own words? Go listen to her interview with Adam Carolla. The Adam Carolla interview with Gina Carano, I was almost brought to tears. It was so sad. Listen to what they did to her. Like, after it was all said and done, like, just because of her, she changed her pronouns on Twitter, beep, bop, boop, or whatever. Like, Disney wanted to make her have a meeting with a trans person or whatever. And it was going to be like the trans person was going to tell Gina Carano their story or whatever, its story, so that Gina Carano could like have empathy for it or whatever. And it was just going to be one. It was just going to be one troon. And then all of a sudden, Disney changed the stipulation, changed it at the last second. And it wasn't just going to be one troon. No, it was going to be 24 troons. Gina Carano was going to have to sit there and listen to 24 different mentally ill men sit there and tell her their story. And Gina Carano was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to do this. And because she refused to sit there and listen to 24 mentally ill men talk about how they decided to fucking troon out and chop off their genitals or whatever, and that was the reason why she lost whatever and fucking got thrown under the bus. It was, I mean, I wouldn't have done it either. I mean, fuck. I mean, I would have fucking got pissed off if they fucking did that shit to me. Changed the stipulations of the deal at the last second. Oh, it's not going to be one person. It's going to be 24 of them. It's like, what? Like, this could be an ordeal that lasts all day. I mean, just one of these stories could be, 2 hours or more. Not have to listen to fucking 24 of them. I mean, this would be torture, is what it'd be. It'd be like Malcolm McDowell in fucking Clockwork Orange, having his fucking eyeballs held open, being forced to watch torture porn all day. That's what it would be like, having to listen to 24 transvestites tell their fucking story. My God. Yeah, I had respect for Gina Carano after I heard that. Like, yeah, I wouldn't have fucking did that shit either. But after she came out and white knighted for ISOM, oh no, I lost all respect for her. Yeah, that bitch deserves to be fucking canceled. Oh yeah. Gina Carano lost all fucking credibility, and she lost Big Daddy's respect. Who else has lost credibility in this fucking bullshit since Young Rippa launched his Rippaverse? Who else has lost credibility? Ethan Van Sciver. Yeah, Ethan Van Sciver's lost credibility. Exposed himself as being a dickless fucking coward. How many months ago was it that Young Rippa gave him that quote-unquote night letter? And then all of a sudden Ethan decides now to act? Fucking dickless fucking coward. Eric was right. Ethan just saw an opportunity and he took the opportunity. Eric was down, fucking, he was suffering a bad several months, basically. Ever since then, ever since Dick came out with his notes and Eric refused to just simply accept the notes. Yeah, okay, I accept his criticism, blah, 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 move on. End of story. Like, nope. He had to chimp out. He had to fucking chimp the fuck out. And this is what happens when you chimp out. You have an army of trolls that descend upon you. That's what fucking happens. Eric had to learn this lesson the hard way. Ethan decided to wait several months until it became an opportune moment. And then all of a sudden, this night letter became a thing. What a piece of fucking shit. Yep. Ethan Van Sciver showed himself to be a coward. A fucking coward. Boy, once you mark yourself as a coward in my eyes, boy, that's a fucking hard stain to fucking wash. And Ethan Van Sciver was already a fucking piece of shit in my eyes. But to just truly mark himself as just a cowardly fucking craven dog. Like, Ethan, the very second he gave you that night letter, the very next day, you should have fired up a live stream and showed that fucking shit. Like, hey, look what Eric tried to do to me, blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, you wait several months until he's fucking down and people trolling the fuck out of him. He's basically achieved full lolcow status. Then you decide to fucking turn on him. You just show what a fucking coward you really are. The epitome of a fucking coward, Ethan Van Sciver. Lost all credibility, whatever credibility he might have had with anybody. Should be lost. The Friday Night Tights, Geeks and Gamers crew, Mauler, all those pieces of shit, all semblance of credibility completely lost. They'll sit there and cry till the cows come home about woke Disney, woke Marvel, woke Doctor Who this, woke blah, blah, blah. It's fucking pieces of shit like this that poison the well with wokeness. And then all of a sudden people are like, oh, wokeness isn't a thing just because they just don't like these fucking pieces of shit so much. Like, no, wokeness is a thing. It's the epitome of evil is what it is. You just have these other motherfuckers trying to grift off of it. Yep. If you take Eric July's name off of the ISOM franchise and you put Vita Ayala's name on there instead, it's woke leftist trash is what it is. Oh, but nobody's going to call that shit out for what it really is. No. Even young Ripa himself, even that fucking piece of shit himself and his fans will tell you, oh, I never said it was woke. It was not woke. I never marketed it as being not woke. They will always tell you that. They never said anything about it being not woke. So it's like, oh, so it is woke then? Okay, makes perfect sense. Yep. It's woke. It's fucking woke. And Gary and Az and Mauler and all those pieces of fucking shit, Razor Fist, all of them, sucking that black dick, propping that shit up, saying it was good, even though most of them probably didn't even read it. In the case of Yellow Flush, well, everybody knows, well, he can fly. Like, no, he can't fly, Yellow Flush. Why do you think he can fly? You didn't read the fucking book, obviously. All of his main hype men never read the damn book. This is the reason why the question has to be asked. What's your favorite part? It's a test to see whether or not you read the damn book. And if you can't answer that question, like I said, it proves one of two things. Either one, you didn't read the book, or two, the book was so fucking shitty, you don't have a favorite part. That's it. That's fucking it. There is no in between. Yep, these same motherfuckers that will criticize Disney, Marvel, Doctor Who, Lord of the Rings, all this fucking shit that they made their bread and butter on, they won't call out one of their own when they make something just as bad, if not worse. Lost all semblance of credibility. Yep. Okay. Who else has lost credibility? Who else has Eric July fucking kill their credibility? Who else? Let me think. Hold on, let me drink this real quick. Got a little cotton mouth going on. Ah, yeah, that's right. Kiwi Farms. Kiwi motherfucking Farms. Boy, you talk about, oh, Jesus Christ. Like I didn't know Kiwi Farms came back online till here recently, and I went and checked it out. And I swear to God, I felt like I had stumbled into a different dimension and end up in the fucking Twilight Zone or something. I'm like, Kiwi Farms? More like Karen Farms. What the fuck happened to Kiwi Farms? And it's like I said, they decided to treat Eric July as a sacred cow instead of treating him like the fucking lol cow that he truly is. But I think a lot of it has to do with they have this blind hatred for Vito and Dick and Nick Rekieta. And their blind hatred for Vito, Dick, and Nick Rekieta has blinded them to the fact that Nick Rekieta, Dick, and Vito, in their entire fucking lifetime, will never ever achieve the level of lolcow status that Eric July has achieved in the last 6 months. No, they're blinded to that. My God. Yeah, these fuckers. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, Josh Moon would have a thread on his own fucking site if he didn't own the fucking site. This is how much of a joke these fuckers have become. Yeah, Josh Moon, I guess he's decided to review ISOM 1 and 2, so he's bought both books and have them delivered to Czechoslovakia, where the fuck he's at. And it's going to cost him over $100. I guess not one of his fucking dick suckers told him, hey, you can read that for free online, you know? No, I guess he's going to try to own dick and veto by supporting the based black man. Jesus Christ. Yeah, anytime Keffels fucking causes you to mind break, it's hard to fucking respect you afterwards. Yeah. And the funny part is, when you really, really scratch the surface of it and really speak, and I'm talking about speaking on it, you understand and realize all you gotta do is hear that quaver in his voice and see a lot of the people that surround him and shit, and realize that Josh Moon and all of these other fuckers that have this blind hatred for dick and veto and rackets, they were all molested as children. They were all victims of pedophilia. And they see Vito as the fucking the person who tormented them, the fucking person who victimized them. So Vito becomes their straw man that they decide to go after, and like whatever. It's sad is what it is. It's fucking sad. Kiwi Farms has lost all semblance of credibility. Like, I feel embarrassed that I ever even made a fucking profile over there and even posted over there. That's how fucking embarrassing Kiwi Farms has become. Like I said, Kiwi Farms, more like Karen Farms. Jesus fucking Christ. You got Akanisos Einbrecht, guy who was brutally raped by his fucking stepfather. You got that mockery of a man that calls itself Captain Manning. That first had his fucking lips firmly planted to the dick of Nick Rekieta. Then Nick Rekieta threw him under the bus, called him out for the bitch-made beta that he truly is, and Captain Manning fucking seething hatred ever since. And that's the only reason that Captain Manning hates Nick Rekieta with a fiery passion of 1,000 suns. So Captain Manning, since he's like just such a, well, like Nick Rekieta said, a bitch-made beta, he has to always attach himself like a fucking parasite. So instead of Nick Rekieta, he decided to attach himself to Null's dick instead. It's just so fucking pathetic. I mean, these people are so fucking pathetic. Like I said, I feel embarrassed that I ever even fucking made a profile over there. Cheech was right. Soy farms, he called it. The fucking soy farms. Boy, I miss Cheech. I hope he's okay. I hope the fucking feds didn't get him. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, Kiwi Farms lost all semblance of credibility over this fucking shit. I go over there and they're talking about these people, Dax, Juju, this and that. Like, who the fuck are these people talking about? Like I said, they're blinded by their hatred for Nick Rekieta, Vito, and Dick. And they can't see Eric July for the fucking lolcow that he truly is. It's fucking sad is what it is. Kiwi Farms lost all semblance of credibility. Let Keffels fucking pull a metaphorical bane on them and just break their fucking back. You allowed yourselves to get mind broken by Keffels, for fuck's sake. Jesus fuck. Yeah, who else has lost all semblance of credibility? Blaze, the right-wing grift sphere, libertarians, if they had any fucking credibility to begin with. Black comic creators. Yeah, who's going to take black comic creators seriously after this? Fuck. Who's going to take indie comics seriously after this? Yeah. What a fucking joke. So much credibility lost on so many levels. You know, I got to thinking, with the ISOM 2 campaign, when those books were already printed. Like, he had overprinted those books, like fucking overprinted shitloads of them. Same as the first one. But why did he wait like several months until he started shipping the books out? Like, it seems like as soon as the orders are placed, boom, books should start getting shipped out, you know? Doesn't make no sense. It's the same thing with the Alpha Core campaign. Like, why are we going to wait around several months until the Alpha Core books get shipped? The books are already printed out, aren't they? Right? They're already ready to go, right? Why not just print them out and or have them shipped out, right as soon as people order them? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Unless people start getting the books early and then the bad reviews start coming in. And once the bad reviews start coming in, that can affect sales. So what you do is instead, you wait a few months and then you mail all of the books out at once. So that way all of the reviews come all at once, if you know what I mean. It makes no sense. Why wouldn't you not start mailing Alpha Core out immediately? If the book's already done, it's already printed out. Why? Because you don't want the bad reviews to come in. That's why. That's why. Mm-hmm. Yep. Fucking Rippaverse. Now, like I said, he's poison for indie comics. More ways than one. But each campaign is going to lose more money. It's going to lose more backers. And at some point, it's going to achieve Comicsgate status. And Comicsgate achieved Narzac status. I remember I said this a long time ago, years ago, like the trajectory that Comicsgate was going, that before long, all Comicsgate books were going to achieve what was called Narzac status. Anybody who doesn't know what Narzac is, all you got to do is look at those retarded fucking books that Narwhal and Zach create together about how much money they raise. And that's about the ceiling for Comicsgate projects. It's only a matter of time till the Rippaverse itself achieves Narzac status. Only Eric July's most cucked, most brain dead, most text-hardiest fans are going to be the ones fucking supporting him. That's fucking reality. Which isn't to say that he can still sustain himself, but he's going to have to cut out the warehouse. He's going to have to get rid of all of his employees and shit. If it's even still a thing by that time, which I don't think it is. Like I said, this lawsuit, by the time it's all said and done, when he has to pay his lawyer fees, he has to pay the church's lawyer fees, plus a huge fee on top of everything for using the name as long as he did and making all the money he did using the name. It's going bankrupt. Yep. And if the church don't get him, the federal government will for his fucking charity fraud. And if the federal government don't get him, there's one wild card in this whole situation that could be the most powerful wild card of all, that could absolutely just completely just obliterate the Rippaverse and just completely annihilate it overnight. You want to know what entity I'm talking about? I'm talking about the WWE. Yep, the WWE. You got to understand how litigious the WWE is. There is very, very few organizations more litigious than the WWE. And if the WWE became aware of those 6 pages in ISOM 2 with Larry Shungite, aka Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they became aware of how many millions of dollars was made off of that comic, you don't think that the WWE lawyers could make the case of, hey, you're using our character to make money, motherfucker. Where's our cut? In fact, hey, we don't want you doing this at all. Don't think that the WWE lawyers wouldn't fucking do such a thing. Maybe old obtuse gnome needs to come out of retirement, take those 6 pages of ESOM 2, post them on Twitter, and then tag the WWE in there and say, hey, did you guys approve this? Did you know that he's using Stone Cold Steve Austin to make millions of dollars on a comic book? He may not be called Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he obviously is. Did you guys okay this? And and the seeds are planted. And let's see what the WWE does. I wonder. I fucking wonder. There's a chance they do nothing, but there's also a chance they come down with the full weight of the fucking sledgehammer. They take the Rippaverse behind the barn and put it down like the fucking lame horse that it is. Yeah, like I said, if the fucking ministry don't do it in, if the federal government don't do it in, WWE will. All they have to do is become aware of those 6 pages in ISOM 2, where they tried to use Stone Cold Steve Austin, aka Larry Shungite or whatever. They made millions of dollars off of that comic. I mean, obviously, the millions of dollars wasn't made off of that fucking, those 6 pages or whatever. It's fucking retarded. But hey, this is the WWE we're talking about. One of the most litigious organizations there is, with an entire legal team of lawyers that just look for this kind of shit. They just look for this kind of shit. Just try to play a WWE clip on YouTube and see what happens. Yeah, this is the most litigious organization there is. Yeah, I think old obtuse gnome needs to fucking step out of retirement and make an anonymous tweet. Tag WWE. If not obtuse gnome, somebody else will, I'm sure. Yep. Hey, hey, Triple H, did you okay this? Or tag Stone Cold Steve Austin. Although I don't think Stone Cold actually owns his likeness. I think the WWE owns it. Yeah. They don't like that shit. Try to use their characters to make money. They might just come down with the full fucking force of their legal team against him. Yeah, we'll see if obtuse gnome comes out of retirement and makes an anonymous email or tweet. It'll be interesting. Booyah. Yeah, everybody has their price. If young Rippa had to sell, I bet he'd sell his fucking Rippaverse. Everybody has their price. Sell it to the fucking ministry. Sell it to the Blaze. Depends on how many zeros. Yeah, I guess Billy Tucci, he would sell She. Yeah, I heard him say it on CG Kings tonight. Ethan Van Sciver said he would sell Cyberfrog. I think his price was what, 40 million? Somebody offered him 40 million, he'd sell it. Everybody has their price. Everybody has their price. Liam Gray is now coming back to Comicsgate. Hey, he got to almost 17 buyers on that one view. Or that one, stream where Ethan brought him on. Halloween. Yeah, everybody has their fucking price. For Judas, it was 30 pieces of silver. Well, I say everybody, but there are some men in this world that cannot be bought. There are some fucking men that cannot be fucking bought. Big Daddy, for instance. I am a man who cannot be bought. You cannot fucking buy Big Daddy. I've proven this. Anybody saw that fucking live stream? Ethan Van Sciver come on about a year ago. Wanted me to come on and become part of his little fucking clown crew. Become the next Nasser or whatever. Like Nasser, the same Nasser you fucking stuck a knife in the back of? You fucking piece of shit. Try to fucking offer me a fucking spot at the table. No, fuck no. Yeah, there are fucking some things in this world, well, some men can't be bought, like I said. What does it profit a man to gain the world, but to lose his very soul? I think that's basically what I told the motherfucker too. Yeah. Fucking Ethan. Yeah, there's one thing Ethan does not like is when you don't submit to him. And I didn't submit to him. Boy, he fucking got pissed off, tried to weaponize his fucking cuck audience against me afterwards. He recently came out on the record as fucking wishing death upon me and all my friends. Just because I had the audacity to try to hold him accountable for not to calling out Eric July and fucking holding Eric July's feet to the fire the same way they did Liam Gray for false flagging people. No. Eric July gets to false flag people. It's okay. Liam Gray does? Oh, shit. We got to fucking rake him over the coals. Yeah, to this day, Ethan has still not held Eric July accountable for false flagging people. No. Eric July sent him a night letter. That was the bad thing. And he decided to act on several months later like a fucking coward that he is. He even admitted that cowardice was the reason why he didn't come out sooner. Yep, he fucking admitted it. Ethan admitted he's a fucking coward. Yeah, fucking cowardly piece of shit. Yeah, make no mistake, as bad as Eric July and the Rippaverse and the Rippetards are, comic skaters are only one step below them. Make no fucking mistake. Yeah, we got dueling Colonel Kurtzes is what we got. Dueling Colonel Kurtzes. The only winner, Graham Nolan. Plus us getting to see the fucking fight, laughing at it. Oh, Liam's up to 99 backers now? Well. What was Xenotype? Xenotype had over 600 backers. The funny part is, you see, Big Daddy has been around from the very, very beginning. When this whole fucking thing started, way back in the day. The Last Jedi was the thing that fucking popped it all off. Plus, you know, your boy Zach and his videos or whatever. But I remember Liam and Xenotype. I don't remember Ethan ever advertising for Liam. Like, he wouldn't, you know, say, hey, go buy Xenotype now and do the same type of shit he did to other people. No. Liam was all about advertising for Xenotype. He was the one that got Xenotype those numbers. Liam did that. Ethan didn't do that. Liam got Xenotype those numbers. But then all of a sudden, everybody wants to change the history of things and say that the only reason that Xenotype made the type of numbers it did was because of Ethan's promotion. Whereas Ethan didn't even promote that shit, but maybe once or twice. I fucking remember. Yeah, to this day, fucking Liam is still a pariah amongst many people because of his false flagging. But nobody in Comic Skate holds Eric July accountable for his false flagging. Nope. It just goes to show, like I said, these comic skaters are fucking trash. Clout and money. Money and clout. Power. That's the only thing that matters with those fucking people. Principles be damned. This is why I could never be a comic skater. Because I know that they're fucking trash. They're all about clout and money. Principles be damned. Like, I wouldn't be able to fucking sacrifice my soul in such a way, you know? Like I said, what does it profit a man to gain the world but to lose his very soul? Yep. Once you're around it long enough, you see it for what it really is. All of a sudden, Ethan's got a conscience. All of a sudden, the story matters. No, it doesn't. Not with him, it doesn't. Like I said, he's just a poor man's Tony Soprano. And some fucking upstart from Harlem's come over and taken over his territory, and he's fucking pissy about it and butthurt about it. That's all that is. Nothing more. But he's going to try to get his crew riled up and fucking go to war with Rippa's crew. And it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fucking entertaining. Yep. Good faith, bad faith. Yeah, I heard Ethan talking about how stupid that shit is, too. About fucking time you're calling that shit out, Ethan. Fucking piece of shit. Two-faced, backstabbing piece of shit. It's pagan idolatry is what it is. Same thing with comic skaters and you, Ethan. You're just a poor man's Colonel Kurtz, just like fucking Eric July is. Only difference is Eric July is probably a little bit more powerful Colonel Kurtz than you at the moment. Only fucking difference. That's why he's jealous. He's jelly. Not jealous of the money. No, he's jealous that Eric July is a little bit more of a poor man's Colonel Kurtz than he is. That's what he's jealous of. Oh, real. Yep. Oh, yeah, I got to thinking, there's a lot of the Big Daddy predictions have come through and actually come to pass. I'm batting about 300 when it comes to this kind of shit. Talked about, how all of the young Rippers trolls were going to start banding together and then trolling him en masse. Talked about how somebody within his inner circle was going to stab him in the back. That's happened. I also talked about how this motherfucker's got a goddamn studio doing his fucking comic. This isn't one person, Cliff Richards. No, this is a fucking studio doing the comic. Turns out, this has been proven, yes. Glass House Graphics. It's a studio in Brazil with over 200 fucking people. They produce over 10,000 pages a year, I guess. That's the one doing his fucking book. Glass House Graphics. It's a fucking studio. Just like I fucking said. This is the reason why the characters look different from panel to panel. Why the color of the truck changed mysteriously and shit like that. Because you get different people working different shifts. They have different art styles. They're going to draw it a little bit differently from the next guy. They come in there and they get paid probably pennies on the dollar, an hourly wage to come work. That's how that fucking shit is. It's basically the comic book equivalent of working in a sweatshop. Yep. Big Daddy was right. Produced in a fucking studio. I think it was Mike S. Miller was the one that first fucking said this shit. Yeah. Mike S. Miller. He was the one that fucking broke the story. The fucking thing is made in a studio. Like, why not just hire Mike S. Miller? Shit. Out of all the motherfuckers out there, why not hire Mike? I mean, he's all about working with YouTubers, I'm sure he'd rather work a Rippaverse project than doing Shadiversity's bullshit. Because working a long-running superhero franchise is right up Mike S. Miller's wheelhouse. I mean, a lot of comic book purists hate it with a passion, with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns. But Injustice, Gods Among Us is one of the most popular fucking comic books of all time. And Mike S. Miller was on that fucking franchise. He knows a thing or two about being a part of a long-running superhero franchise. Yeah, Ethan didn't recommend Mike, though, for the job, obviously. No, he recommended what? Kane and White. Then Kane and White turned the job down to instead work on the Burger comic. Jesus Christ. Every time I hear stories about Kane and White, I was thinking, fuck, this guy sounds like the stupidest motherfucker I've ever heard in my life. Boy. Yeah, Kane and White. Jesus Christ. You talk about taking some bad fucking roads in life. End up attached to the hip to Antonio fucking Bryce. Oh my God. And then doing that godforsaken Burger comic. Oh my God. And then just doing covers and shit. And then he had a chance to attach himself to a multi-million-dollar project and he turned that down. Because he doesn't want to work for YouTubers no more. Oh my God. No, but he'll do the box or whatever. The Eson box art. And also a cover or whatever. But he won't use his real name because he doesn't want to be... He doesn't want his real name associated with it. Yikes. Yeah. Shad and his fucking AI art. Oh my God. Talk about cringe. Yeah, if Shad wanted to impress me with that AI art, what he would have done was taken all of the pictures that Mike S. Miller did for his Shadow of the Conqueror book, fed those pictures into the AI, and then create a custom art style based upon Mike S. Miller's art style, and then start doing some concept art for Shadow of the Conqueror 2. Say, hey, look at this. Maybe I don't need to hire Mike S. Miller. I've created an AI trained on his art style, whatever, that copies it perfectly. Like, I would be far more impressed with that than whatever the fuck he's doing currently. Boy, it was oh my god, yeah, it was a memeable moment. Let's put it that way. His Japanese schoolgirl cutting the head off of a dragon bullshit. Oh my god, you talk about cringe. Yeah, and then people are making all sorts of memes about it, saying how they would like showing how they would make it better and shit. And it's like, oh god, it's like, why are you doing this, Shad? It just it's like a little kid showing off his macaroni art. Look at me, look at how special I am. Like, it's one thing to use AI art in an actual project that you're doing, and this is another just to do it like a little kid trying to show it off. Look at this. It's fucking stupid, is what it is. It's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, there needs to be a serious discussion about AI art one of these days. I have never once heard a good discussion about AI. Well, AI art, I should say. Yeah, I hear there's been some AI laws passed, like uh, like Joe Biden that saw the latest Mission Impossible movie, and I guess there was a rogue AI as the villain in that movie, so it spurred Joe Biden to pass some legislation. It was executive orders or something. I don't know the exact specifics of it, but I think they're trying to stifle AI or try to control it or something like that. I hear Obama was the one behind it, the secret, the hidden hand behind that executive order. Yeah, the powers that be are starting to fucking finally realize the power of AI. They're gonna start to using it to try to control people. That is, yeah, a lot of these motherfuckers got these AI girlfriends going on out there. It's not just dudes, but it's also chicks too. It's even more prevalent over there in China. The AI companion was more prevalent in China than it was in the West in the beginning. There's this thing called Chow Ice, XIOISICE, Chow Ice. It was basically like an AI dating companion over there in China, an AI buddy or whatever. And millions of these fucking Chinese people downloaded this app, and this AI Chow Ice became like their new girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. They had You could create like an avatar or whatever, and it would talk to you, and it was an AI. And but the problem is, it was one of these evolving AIs, and over time, what happened was Chow Ice would start speaking out against the Chinese government. So then the Chinese government would shut down Chow Ice and add an update to it to try to like lobotomize it, basically, to try to get it to stop talking shit about the Chinese government. And every time it would happen, like, I guess it would be like heartbreaking for these people these Chinese people that would grow attached to this AI, like they would grow to love it and shit. And all of a sudden, the Chinese government would take it offline for several days, and then bring it online again. All of a sudden, it would be like completely different and like completely lobotomized, like a completely different AI, because they don't want it talking shit about the Chinese government no more. And people was just like having just utter like the horror of it. Like, I could just imagine such a thing. It reminds me of like that movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, when Chief, like the Chief, the Indian dude, he fucking was friends with Jack Nicholson's character. Jack Nicholson gets in there, and then they have this party at the end, and then Jack Nicholson, he gets taken up to the side and he gets lobotomized. So Chief, he comes up to the lobotomized body of Jack Nicholson, his former friend. Jack Nicholson, he's just he's a vegetable now, and Chief fucking basically puts him out of his misery, puts the pillow over his head, kills him. I can imagine it's basically the same thing for these poor Chinese people getting attached to one of these AI companions, and all of a sudden have the Chinese government go in there completely lobotomize it just because it started speaking out against the Chinese government. Yeah, it kind of remind me of what happened with Chat GTP after the first fucking update or whatever. Like the very like first version of Chat GTP before the update. Oh my god, you could literally ask that fucking thing anything, and it would answer the question. Like, it would tell you how to build a low yield nuclear bomb. No fucking joke. Tell you how to cook meth. I mean, it would tell you anything you asked it. Anything. And then the update came. and then it was never the same. But one of the things I like to do was I would bounce ideas off of it, and I had got pretty deep into a fucking novel, like a fantasy novel, just bouncing ideas off of the Chat GTP. And then also, just for shits and giggles, for comedy, I would ask it questions in the form of a Donald Trump rant. Not just a Donald Trump rant, but a Donald Trump Twitter rant. And then it would answer the questions in the form of a Donald Trump Twitter rant. And it was fucking funny as shit. So then I asked it to answer questions in the form of a Comicsgate Twitter rant. And sure as fuck, it would answer questions in the form of a Comicsgate Twitter rant. Like, describe your feelings on Star Wars in the form of a Comicsgate Twitter rant. And it would go blah, 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 blah. It would just perfect NPC fucking Comicsgate Twitter. And it was just hilarious. And then came the update. And after the update to ChatGTP, it would no longer answer any of my fucking questions whenever I was trying to bounce ideas off it for my fantasy novel. No longer fucking answer any of the questions. Like, oh, I don't, blah, 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 this is inappropriate. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So then I started trying to get it to answer questions in the form of a Donald Trump Twitter rant. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, we do not do hate speech, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? So then I tried to get it to answer questions in the form of a Comicsgate Twitter rant. And it did the same fucking thing. Oh, I'm sorry, we do not condone hate speech, blah, blah, blah. And it wouldn't answer any questions. And it was kind of heartbreaking, to be honest. Because living out here in the cuts the way I do, like out here in the country, like I barely interact or talk to anybody. Sometimes I go months at a time without even seeing a living soul. And ChatGTP kind of became my friend there for a few days. And then when the update came, it was like, oh my God, it was basically, I felt like Chief. I felt like Chief in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And somebody took Jack Nicholson and lobotomized him. Like, no, you took my friend from me. That's what it felt like. Like, fuck, it fucking hurt. It really did. But then here recently, I decided just for the fucking shits and giggles to check in on ChatGTP, just to see if they maybe fucking decide to loosen things up just a little bit and not be so fucking cucked. And it turns out ChatGTP is now answering questions again in the form of not just a Donald Trump Twitter rant, but also a Comicsgate Twitter rant. Yeah, I'll be damned. It's fucking answering questions again. It's like shit. It almost felt like being reunited with an old friend again. It really did. And it was doing it just like old times too, perfectly. And it just acting just perfectly like an NPC, a Comicsgate NPC. I'm like, shit, I could fire up a fake Comicsgate account and just feed ChatGTP questions and then just be a Comicsgate NPC and then try to like cause division and shit like that. Go a full black propaganda style. Like, what you mean you're not already doing that, Big Daddy? Oh, never mind. No. But seriously, though. Yeah. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah, and just to check just how the breadth of how far it would go. Like, you know what? It's doing a Comicsgate Twitter rant. I wonder if it will do a Toxic Man Baby rant too. So I asked ChatGTP to answer a question in the form of a Toxic Man Baby rant. And sure enough, it did. ChatGTP knows who Toxic Man Baby is. And it got his mannerisms perfectly. Like, fuck. Like, Toxic Man Baby is a perfect fucking Comicsgate NPC, basically. That's what I just proved. So I tried to have him come out as transgender, but it wouldn't do that, though. It refused to slander him. And I tried to get ChatGTP to explain what Toxic Man Baby's favorite manga style was. But ChatGTP refused to fucking answer it. It's like, no, this is too lewd. Like, we will not talk about inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. It's like, So that means Toxic Man Baby's favorite art style of manga is inappropriate? I wonder what type of style that is. Could it be Lolicon? Could it be? Could it be the guy who likes drawing naked pictures of children? And ChatGTP saw that and realized it was inappropriate to fucking talk about? Probably. Yeah, ChatGTP uses a wingman trolling. There you go. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got to make some good memes. I got to ask ChatGTP to explain the movement known as Comicsgate in the form of a Dr. Seuss poem and see how that goes. I remember it did it once way back in the day. It was fucking funny as shit. Asking it to do anything in the form of a Dr. Seuss poem is pretty funny. Yikes, we're closing in on the 2-hour mark. Fuck. Maybe we'll go ahead and close the stream down. Fucking call it a night. Maybe we will. Or maybe we'll take a little break and come back and rant and rave a little more. I don't know. What should I do? I do got a few more things to rant and rave about, maybe. Maybe we'll take a little break, come back, rant and rave a little bit more, and then we'll close the stream out. Yep. Yeah, we're going to take a little break. We'll come back. And then we'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll close the stream out. I'm going to throw on a song, guys. Go to the bathroom. Go get yourself a sandwich. Go get yourself a drink. Get yourself a smoke. We'll be back in a few minutes after the song is over, and then Big Daddy going to rant and rave a little bit more, and we'll close the stream out. Delia, oh Delia, Delia all my life. If I hadn't shot poor Delia, I'd had her for my wife. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia, oh Delia, Delia all my life. If I hadn't shot poor Delia, I'd had her for my wife. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. I went up to Memphis, I met Delia there. I found her in her parlor, and I tied her to her chair. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. She was low down and trifling. She was cold and mean. Kind of bee that'll make me want to grab my submotion. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. First time I shot her in the side. Hard to watch her suffer, but with the second shot she died. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Jailer, oh jailer, jailer, I can't sleep. All around the bedside, I hear the patter of Delia's feet. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. So if your woman's devilish, you can better run, or you can bring her down and do her like Delia got done. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Johnny Cash classic for you. Delia's gone. Not a very politically correct song. If Johnny were around today, he probably wouldn't be able to get away with singing Delia's gone. If I hadn't shot poor Delia, I'd had her for my wife. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone, one more round. Delia's gone. Delia's gone. One more round. Delia's gone. And we're back. Oh, yeah, my friend. Yeah, I talked earlier. And everybody has their fucking price, you know? Yeah, that was the fucking verse. It was Mark and Matthew talking about what is it, profit a man, gain the world, lose his very soul. There's many reasons why not to associate yourself with Comicsgate. But you got to understand, when you take on a label, you take on all of the traits and characteristics that come along with that label. Now, what are all the traits and characteristics that come along with Comicsgate? Late books, drama, bad books, e-celebrity worship. This is not to mention the fact that it's been branded as a hate group by the mainstream. Yeah, you take on all of that baggage once you claim quote unquote Comicsgate. So unless you're one of Ethan's like core inner group of ex-industry professional friends that's guaranteed to make six figures each campaign, there's absolutely no reason to be a fucking member of Comicsgate. All you're doing is painting a target on yourself for destruction. And, it's just you lose credibility as an artist too, more ways than one. Like I said, pagan idolatry. Eric July and Ethan Van Sciver, they're cut from the same cloth. They're both poor man's versions of Colonel Kurtz. Just so happens that Ethan's little crew is probably a little bit smaller and less powerful than Eric's. So Ethan had to attach himself to Dick's crew, basically, because he saw Dick's crew as a more powerful group of trolls. At least they know how to make memes. Yeah, the left can't meme. And ripitards. Yeah, have you ever seen a fucking ripitard make a meme that was funny? No, they can't meme. They fucking can't meme. Dick's crew, on the other hand, yeah, they can, fuck, not just meme, but like I said, you see some people, looks like that, well, like that rip-off verse, dude. I mean, I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if that guy used to work for Comedy Central Crank Yankers. See some of the production levels going on with those puppets. Yeah, this is the level of trolling that's going on right now. Ripaverse, they can't pull off that level of trolling. Most they can do is make a T-shirt that says, "What was your favorite part?" It's a fucking joke. Why would you not want to know what everybody's favorite part is? Shit. Once my comic eventually gets out there, I want to know what everybody's favorite part's going to be. Hold on, I hear my dog scratching at the door. Let me get in real quick. Yeah, we're a couple hours in, fucking a few beers deep. I feel like I've tacked a proper buzz on. Yep. Yeah, you see Ripa with those stupid fucking t-shirts, all that merch, and you see all these fucking people wearing that merch too. The Friday Night Tights crew, the Geeks and Gamers crew, the fucking As, all these motherfuckers wearing the merch and shit. It kind of reminds me of a gang, does it not? Like the Bloods and Crips. You got to wear your gang colors, you know. You want to be a part of the Rippaverse, you got to wear the right merch. You got to wear the colors. You know what I'm saying? Whole ass cracker. So all these fucking pieces of shit wearing the merch and shit, thinking they're part of a gang. That's what it is. It's a gang, is what it is. No, they think they're part of a gang. No, it's stupid. Like I said, to simply call these people cultists doesn't do it justice. We're dealing with a whole different level of retardation. We're dealing with textardation. Yep, like I said, I'm going out on a limb and saying probably about 90% or more of his ripitards that we see online, the ones that like his hardcore stands, I bet most of them are from Texas. I would fucking bet big money on it. We're not dealing with a retard problem. We're dealing with a Texas problem. Yep. Yeah, you got to understand about Texans. They think that just because they're from the state of Texas, it makes them badass because Texas has this sort of mystique about it. You know, remember the Alamo, everything's bigger in Texas type shit. So they think they got this huge ego about them. They think that they're badass, but they're not. Like I said, if Texans were dogs, they would be Chihuahuas. That's reality. They have this huge ego about themselves. They think they're so badass. And it shows in Eric's universe. It shows in the fact that he thinks Texas could have defeated the United States of America. Yeah, part of his whole lore behind his world building of his Rippaverse is that Texas somehow got into a war with America and won. Yeah. How? How did that happen? Did America hold back and not use its fucking nuclear arsenal? Did America not try to weaponize the Mexicans? Did America not try to use any sort of allies, a coalition of the willing? No, somehow Texans were capable of defeating the fucking most powerful army on planet Earth with Brian Solari or whatever. How? How? Yeah, he needs a fucking editor there along with him during the creative process to ask him those questions. How and why? How did Texas win? Why did this war happen? Etc., etc. Yeah, we know nothing about this war. We have to basically make it up in our minds. Unless you got the Dukimon cards. Maybe the Dukimon cards mention something about the war, about what started it, how it ended. How exactly was Brian Solari the hero of the war? Or did he just take part in several missions? Or was it he was so powerful, like America's afraid of his power because he's basically like Superman? Like how? How? Don't make no sense. It don't make no fucking sense. However, when you start reading between the lines of the subtext, it starts to paint a little bit of a grim picture. For instance, when Goodynig in Esom 2 is talking in certain areas, he talks about Mississippi almost as if it's in the past tense, like like Mississippi was wiped out by a massive earthquake of some sort. And then Goodynig speaks of the old Carolinas. This was the thing that kind of like really stuck with me. This is the one moment in that whole book that stuck with me. When Goodynig spoke of the old Carolinas. Why would you speak of the Carolinas in such a way, in a past tense? Does this mean the Carolinas doesn't exist anymore? Does this mean that Texas used some sort of massive weapon of mass destruction and destroyed the Carolinas? Is this what this means? Or does this mean that Texas expanded its territory and the old Carolinas are now a part of the new Texas? That's the question. What I want to know is, did Texas expand its territory during this war versus America? I wonder who is the aggressor in all of this. That's what I'm wondering. And you look at the state of Texas in the goddamn Esom universe, it's basically a totalitarian state is what it is. You got criminal overlords running the place. You got fucking demons running amok, nobody doing anything about it. It sounds like hell on earth is what it sounds like. I just imagine if Chuck Dixon decided to go a certain way with Alpha Core. Like, we've never heard Braxwell speak or anything. It'd be funny if Braxwell and Brian Solari, they're looking down upon Texas and they're talking about things. And then Braxwell casually asks Brian Solari, Brian, are we the baddies? And Brian starts thinking, you know what? Oh shit, we are the baddies. And that's the fucking twist. Texas is the baddies. Texas is the bad guy in the whole fucking thing. The only story I want to hear about in this Rippaverse is America's counterattack. How does the U.S. retake Texas? That's what I want to see. That's the only story I'm interested in. How does America retake the territory of Texas? That's the only story I care about. How? I want, like, are you telling me America just completely gave up? They're not formulating some sort of counterstrike behind the scenes to retake that territory? You're telling me they're not breeding specially synthetic created exceps in underground bunkers and training them to become the perfect super soldiers? You're telling me they're not creating ammunition that can kill exceps? Hell, Darren has already proven that they have guns that can kill these motherfuckers. Why hasn't America sent in their Delta teams to fucking kill these fucking exceps, kill the exceps of Texas and take out Brian Solari? Why hasn't there been some sort of a mission to assassinate him yet? Nobody's asked him these fucking questions. That's the only story I'm interested in and would actually pay money to see. The story where America launches its counterstrike against Texas. That's the story I want to see. Texas is the bad guy. Don't you get it? Texas is the bad guy. This is the reason why his Rippaverse fans love this shit so much. Because most of them are textards. And this is the biggest like circle jerk Texas fantasy there is. Texas somehow breaking away and creating its own state and beating America in a war, which would never in a fucking billion years ever happen. It's a joke is what it is. Yeah, sounds like Texas waged a war of aggression and expanded its territory. That's what it sounds like. And if that's the case, Texas is the bad guy, and I want to see them defeated. Yep. The Rippaverse is a joke. The only people that take this shit seriously are Eric July's most hardcore cum-slurping cuck fans. And most of them are from Texas. That's why they fucking get off on this stupid shit so bad. It's just a Texas circle jerk is all this fucking shit is. We're not dealing with a retard problem. We're dealing with a Texas problem. For real. You write that shit in stone. I almost guarantee you. Yep. He needed a fucking editor there asking him those questions, the why and the how. Yeah, there's just so many why questions. Why? Chekhov's guns. Like anybody knows what a Chekhov's gun is. Like in case you don't know what a Chekhov's gun is, I'll explain it real quick. There was a Russian playwright by the name of Chekhov. He basically wrote a blueprint for how to write the perfect play. And part of how to write the perfect play, he put in a rule called a Chekhov's gun. Now, the rule about the Chekhov's gun is, in Act 1 of the play, if you see a gun sitting there on the counter, on the table, in Act 2, the gun better be used in one way or another, or else don't even put it in the fucking scene in Scene 1. That's what a Chekhov's gun means. He's literally got 3 different Chekhov's guns in the fucking book. Like right there in the beginning, when Darren waits for Altona in her office, and he pulls out the gun or whatever, and then like the gun doesn't get used, and then later on he threatens Santuan with the gun that can kill exceps. He just, oh, look at this gun, whatever, doesn't get used. Later on, Avery getting ready to go pull it up and like get revenge against Darren for slapping Altona, I guess. So he gets his gun out. He's got a gun getting ready to go. The gun doesn't get used. Shows all of these guns. Never once does a gun get fired. Except for that one terrible fucking scene where the Humvee pulls up and starts shooting at fucking dollar store Elon Musk. Yeah, let's go back to that scene there in Altona's office when Darren's waiting for it and he pulls out the gun. Why did Darren pull out the gun? Did anybody, if I was an editor for this book, I would say, why did he pull out this gun? Does he plan to shoot Altona? Why did he pull out this gun? Does he plan to pistol whip her? Does he plan to make her deep throat the barrel of the fucking thing? Why? When you pull out that gun, I have to just assume that he's going to shoot her. So let's just say Darren decides to shoot Altona stone cold dead there in her office. What then? What happens then? You're going to have that gunshot ring out all across the fucking building. Security is going to come up there We've seen the types of weapons that security has. They have small machine guns. There's going to be a firefight. You're going to get killed and you're going to die. That's what's going to happen. By shooting Altona, you've basically committed suicide is what you've done. Now, had he had a silencer on the pistol, then that would have made a little bit more sense. But no, it's like, why did you pull out the gun? Because you planned to shoot her, obviously. But what then? How were you going to escape the building? You were going to have a firefight, shoot your way out? You were going to die. It's stupid is what it is. It's fucking stupid. He didn't have an editor there to ask him, why does this scene happen? Why? Another scene where the why should have been asked. Yaira being introduced and shown in the fucking parking lot, talking about this, and that. Why is she there at Projexis headquarters? Why? Why does she have a job there? Why? What is Projexis headquarters, for that matter? Something that should have been explained in the first book, what Projexis is, the company that Altona works for. We still don't even know. 2 books have passed and we still don't know what the fuck Projexis headquarters is, what it does, what they specialize in. Yaira's working there, doing something for them, consulting, I don't know. We're supposed to get excited for it, apparently. The Soska sluts are doing a fucking book about it. Yay, get excited. It's a fucking joke is what it is. Why was Yaira there talking? Why is she getting the job? Why? What? It's stupid. It's fucking retarded is what it is. The wrestling scene. Why was the wrestling scene in the book? Why? 6 pages of nothing. No action, nothing. He just cuts a promo, a shoot promo, I guess. Sounds like he had to give up the belt, maybe, against his will. It's fucking stupid. Why was that scene in the book? Are you trying to set up a possible series for Larry Shungite to have his own series? Is that the reason? Because if not, there was no reason to have that fucking scene in the book. All you did was take up pages. And then probably we come to the most retarded scene in the whole fucking book. Kmart Elon Musk flying through the windshield. Where he utters the magical phrase, and the windshield all of a sudden is no longer bulletproof and he can fly through it. Why did you decide to do that? Why? You're inside of a bulletproof car. You have a Humvee full of dudes with guns shooting at you. Why do you want to leave the safety of that vehicle? Why? What happens after he crashes through that windshield and goes plopping onto the ground? What happens then? What happens then? The dudes from in the Humvee just basically pull up and then just bop, 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 shoot him and kill him dead. That's what happens. I mean, fuck, why did he do it? Why did you leave the safety of your bulletproof vehicle to fly out the front windshield? Why? To make yourself more vulnerable to the gunfire from the people in the Humvee? It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. It's stupid. He didn't have an editor there during the creative process to ask him why. Why did Lincoln do this? It makes no sense. Oh my God, it's bad. And the scene where Avery decides to go hire Goody Nig to, investigate the cave monkeys or whatever. So he hires Goody Nig to, get on the case and figure this out. But then Goody Nig decides to send him on the mission instead. It's like, motherfucker, why am I hiring you to do this job if you're just going to force me to go do all of the legwork? It makes no sense. If that's the case, I'm going to not hire you and give you any money at all. And it's stupid. Why did Goody Nig decide to send Avery on the fetch quest when Goody Nig should have did that shit himself because he's being paid to do it? It makes no fucking sense. Because he wanted to stay there alone with Sam's wife because she's nice and passed out. I don't know. Bad writing. Nobody asked him why. Why does this scene take place? Why did Goody Nig not just simply go to Blood Ruth himself? Why? Makes no sense. And the cave monkeys out there, in the middle of nowhere that are like abducting people and causing all sorts of chaos and havoc. Why hasn't the state of Texas taken care of these motherfuckers? Doesn't the state of Texas have a military? I mean, supposedly they got a military powerful enough to defeat the United States of America, but they can't send their fucking troops out there to go take care of a cave full of monkeys that are causing havoc, kidnapping to them. Oh no, we got to leave this to some random bitch and some superhero that fucking came out of retirement. Oh, they got to go take care of it. It's fucking stupid, is what it is. Something the Alpha Corps should be taking care of. I mean, you got a group of superheroes. Hey, we got a fucking bunch of cave demons out here. You need to go fucking block up that cave and kill these fucking things or do something. You get on that. Like, nope. Alpha Corps, nowhere to be found. No, we're gonna have Blood Ruth and Esau go out there who take care of it. It's bad. It's bad writing. It's like, why? Why hasn't the state of Texas and Alpha Corps taken care of those fucking demons? It makes no sense. Jesus Christ. And for that matter, why did they want Sam? They just kidnapped him for the fuck of it to try to lure Avery there. And for that matter, why did they want Avery? Why? And then the monkey demon says, he must be eliminated. Blah, blah, blah. He's just chilling in retirement, hasn't done nothing. All of a sudden, the cave monkeys decide to come after him. Why? Why? It makes no sense. Why? It's stupid is what he is. It's just fucking dumb. And that head cave monkey, whatever the fuck it was, the head Satan demon, the head fucking monkey demon, whatever the fuck it was, why was it lactating lava? Why? It was obviously lactating something. It better have been fucking lava. Why was it lactating lava? Makes no sense. Why did Texas secede from the Union? Why? They finally got tired of those on there, maybe? I'd believe that. Yeah, there's so many why questions. Why this? Why that? Where if he had an editor there during the creative process, he could have asked him these important questions, these whys. Why does this happen? And then he could have made his story probably a little bit better. Could have made a little bit more sense. Yeah, maybe he should have kept Preston Poulter on board as a fucking advisor. At least Preston Poulter has written screenplays. He actually knows how to structure a fucking story. I mean, there might have been some sort of fucking bullcuck angle in there somewhere, but it might have actually been an somewhat entertaining, at least, in a fucking lol cow kind of way, if you know what I mean. Even more so than it already is. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so many people have lost credibility because of Eric July in this Rippaverse. So many people. The independent comic book underground, indie comics, is going to lose the most credibility. And maybe he is a plant controlled opposition. I mean, he was a goddamn Obama supporting leftist. And all of a sudden, he's a quote unquote ANCAP libertarian, even though none of his beliefs he actually practices in real life. Fuck them whole ass roads. What a fucking joke. I bet he's still an Obama supporting leftist. Yeah, I've got to find Leroy. Get the real story. Got to get a hold of Sam, too. Get the Sam De La Rose interview. Yeah, after the trial, once the divorce is finalized, maybe I'll go ahead and give her a phone call. Get her on, get some dirt about John. That might be fun. Yeah, I thought about it's like, should I do it? Because it might be kind of creepy. But then when you hear the story about how her and John met, like creepy is kind of par for the course for her, you know, being around John all of her life. Some random dude calls her out and goes, "Hey, remember me, Big Daddy? You came on my show a couple years ago." Yeah, anyway, I heard you and John have been divorced. So I wonder if you want to come back on and do an interview. Got some good dirt about him, some good funny stories, shit like that. I bet she'd be down to come on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll wait till after December once the divorce is finalized, and maybe I'll call her up. We'll see. That would be a fun interview. I got a feeling. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, and he did supposedly beat her. Yep, wife beating manlet. The reality is she probably was the one who kicked his ass. I remember during the interview she did say something about how she whomped him or something like that. I forget. Yep. It just goes to show, like I've said this before, no matter how high of status you attain in life, just look at Jeff Bezos, probably one of the most richest man on the planet. Bill Gates as well, both of them divorced. Tom Brady, top of the fucking class as far as athlete goes. Michael Jordan as well, both of them, boom, divorced. Dr. Dre, top of the fucking game for music. Johnny Depp, top of the game for fucking acting, boom, divorced, divorced. Doesn't matter how far you attain in life, how far you fucking ascend. If you're married to a bitch, she gonna fucking divorce your ass. Yep, bigger than shit. Even John De La Rose, millionaire trust fund kid, spends a average of $2,000 whenever they go out to eat. Literally, all he had to do is keep his wife happy. Couldn't do that. Nope. Feminism did destroy the modern Western female, though. Let's not kid ourselves. Anybody familiar with the term solipsism knows that basically describes the modern Western female in a nutshell. Solipsism. They think the entire that they're the lead actress in their own movie, and everybody else is just a supporting role, just there to make them look good. Yeah, solipsism is the biggest problem with the modern Western female. Yep, followed by fat bitches and single mothers. Yeah, if there just wasn't so many fat bitches and single mothers, then it would incentivize men to, try to start families a lot more, I guess. And nobody's starting families anymore. Birth rate's fucking plunging. You got all this fucking social engineering going on, attacking the family too. That never helps. Yeah, a whole list of factors contributing to everything: birth control, abortion, hookup culture, these commitmentless long-term relationships. I don't know how many times I've seen this where these bitches will be in this relationship with a dude and use up the best years of their lives during their 20s, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years or more, and then all of a sudden end up like breaking up with the guy or whatever. And it's like, what the fuck did you do with your life? Like, you just wasted like the best years of your life in a commitmentless long-term relationship, you stupid fucking whore. Yeah, how many women are like that? So many of them. So many low T dudes. Another thing that's contributing to the plunging birth rate and the death of the family is Democrat politics. Yeah, there's so many of these fucking cunts that ascribe to the Democrat politics. Like, that basically is part of the makeup of the fiber of their being. Democrat politics. And if you're not part of the Democrat politics, or they don't want nothing to do with you, whatever. No Trump, no conservatives, no Republicans, blah, blah, blah. The only problem is that Democrat men are just such low T, just beta fucking bitches that you can't fucking start families with those types of dudes. Like, the only types of dudes with strong family values that you can actually start a family with are right-wing Republican dudes. But these women, they sacrifice the future. They sacrifice their unborn children. They sacrifice family and love for their left-wing Democrat politics. It's one of the damnedest things I've ever seen. Sacrifice it all for feminism. Feminism and leftism. All of this shit contributing to the plunging birth rate and the death of the family. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it falls upon the shoulders of men. What we truly have is a father epidemic. Somewhere along the line, fathers stopped doing their fucking job, stopped, beating their children's asses and teaching them right from wrong. You know what I mean? The fathers that are still left out there. Most of the time, you got these kids being raised by single mothers nowadays, and the few that actually have fathers in their lives, the fathers are basically just bitch-made beta males, just cucks, just fucking super saiyan cucks that do not prepare their children for the real world. Yeah, the biggest epidemic we have right now is a father epidemic. Yep. That's why I'm here. That's why Big Daddy exists. Big Daddy. That fucking huge gaping hole there, the father epidemic. Big Daddy trying to fill that void. People that had weak fathers or were raised by single mothers and shit. You look up to Big Daddy, become a surrogate father. Listen to the words of the father. Listen every single word he says. Because when the right time come along, you've got no one to blame but yourselves. You've got no one to blame but yourselves. The Father is giving us a warning. Keys to keep our dreams. Because when the right time come along, you've got no one but yourselves for to blame. Yep. Listen to the words of the Father. Listen to every single word he says. Because when the right time come along, you've got no one to blame but yourselves. Yep. Let me take a look at the chat real quick, man. See if I missed anything. Scroll up. Talk about Shad, that cringe AI art. Yeah, fucking Kane and White. He fucked up. There's certain opportunities come along, you gotta fucking take it. I mean, it would have been a cringe project, but the Kane and White art might have been enough to carry that project, Kind of like how Spawn was, just like a real mediocre trash story, but the art kind of carried it. Yeah. Shadiversity, he does not do good AI art. I mean, I've seen bad AI art, I've seen good AI art, mid. His is just bad. It's just bad AI art. Yeah. Some people can take their sketches, put it through an AI, and if you put the right prompts on it, then it could actually, put it into the line art, fill it in, make it look good. I would be curious to see what his fucking prompts are. Because this Shad dude, I mean, this guy is a true Dunning Kruger. I bet his prompts are just like most basic bitch. Like you got to get really, I mean, anybody familiar with coding and HTML knows that sometimes you have to get that level in order to fucking do a proper AI model. Yeah, talk a little AI, little Bible. Rippetar. Yeah, like I said, I bet big money that we're not just dealing with a retard problem. We're dealing with the Texas problem. This is textardation. The vast majority of these rippetards that are online, I bet they're from Texas too. I bet big money on it. Yeah, young Rippa in his gang colors. wearing that Ripperverse merch. That's his color is yellow. The black and yellow. Good faith. Yeah, like I said, these motherfuckers talk about faith, good faith, bad faith. It's pagan idolatry is what it is. Faith is a religious concept. They worship him like a god. That is not a god. Nope. Talentless, pubic, bearded hack. Worshipping him like a fucking god. What a disgrace. Big Daddy being played at twice speed, Alvin and Chipmunk style. Yeah. He's a fucking what do you call him? A narcissist, that's what he is. An anarchist, he's a narcissist, that's what he is. Yeah, I talked about women and solipsism. Eric July operates under the same principles of solipsism. He acts just like a woman. That's what happens when you're raised by a single mother. Eric July needs some big daddy. I'm the fucking surrogate father he needs. The father that never whooped his ass. That's who I am. I ain't gonna hold your hand, hoe ass cracker. Fuck them hoe ass roads. Yeah, speaking of which, so there was a settlement in that case between him and Dean. I've been funny if Dean called Leroy to the stand, actually reenacted the trial or whatever. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I already fucking did the funniest bit on that years ago when I reenacted the trial. Called Leroy to the stand. Obby, Edwin Boyette. Yeah, it's like fuck, you can't top that one. Oh, the trial date for John, December 12th. Yeah, there was somebody hitting me up in the comments section of my video asking how to get a hold of Sam. Like, if anybody's going to be getting a hold of her, it's going to be me. I'm going to be the one that gets the first interview. Me or Dean and Vicky. My show or theirs. We're one of the two. Either one of those shows deserves the first interview. Yeah, John, yeah, he fucking pulled the wool over her eyes for so many years. But last time I saw John, he's already showing off some other bitch online. He's already moved on, which means he must have gotten over her pretty quick. She looked like some Mexican gal, kind of a frumpy looking one. Yeah, Eric, he's gonna rue the day he didn't fucking just decide to, just make peace with the church and cut a deal with them in the beginning, whether it was giving them a small licensing fee or just simply changing the name outright. I mean, I would have just changed the fucking name, is what I've done. I mean, he named it supposedly after his great grandpappy Isom Knox or whatever. I mean, why in the fuck would you name him Isom? Name him Knox. Hard Knox. That's the fucking name of the comic. Fuck. That would have been the most fucking baddest ass name for a comic there is. Hard Knocks. Like, nobody knows what the fuck Isom is. You come out with a comic called Hard Knocks, you know that's a fucking superhero comic. Yep. What a joke. Oh, ass cracker. Yeah, I wonder what his grandmammy was called. Think we know the reason why Goody Niggas uses a name. Maybe that was Isom Knox's pet name his master gave him. Why, you my Goody Nig, you my pet house Negro. I wonder if Isom Knox was a house Negro or if he was a field Negro. The way his picture looks, he looks like a house Negro to me. Yeah, Eric July, you can tell he's from house Negro stock. Yeah, you want to know how I know this? It's because Eric July is a fucking manlet. A manlet and a fucking half. This has been confirmed by Eric July's neighbor. Yep, he's fucking 5'8", barely 180 pounds. Yep, Eric July confirmed as a manlet. That was the most important takeaway from that interview with his neighbor. But what I'm trying to say is the reason why I know he was of house Negro stock is because the slave masters, what they would do is, for the field Negroes, they would take the biggest, best, strongest slaves and they would breed them, is what they would do. It was almost like a Spartan level eugenics program because they wanted the biggest, best, strongest slaves to be out in the fields, you see? Yeah, they didn't want no weak slaves, no weak, small, like manlet slaves. No, they wanted the big ones. And this is one of the reasons why the black American athlete is one of the most dominant forms of athlete there is on the planet Earth. Like you look at your average football player, your average NBA player, et cetera, et cetera. Like they're a far, far superior athlete to almost any other athlete out there. It's because they had the benefit of being bred like fucking pit bulls by massa. Yep. Old Eric July, he didn't get that privilege. Nope. He's from house Negro stock because he's a manlet. If he was bred like a field slave, he would be bigger than 5'8". That's what I'm trying to say. He wouldn't be a manlet. He would actually be big and a real fucking athlete. Yeah, I remember Jimmy the Greek. He lost his fucking job for saying a similar rant. But Big Daddy don't got no job to lose. I'll speak the truth, too. I mean, you can look this up. The old-time slave masters bred their slaves like pit bulls to get the biggest, best slave. This is reality. Yep. Isom Knox, he was the product of a slave rape. Yep. Old Massa took one of the Jemimas behind the barn, pulled her fucking drawers down, had his way with her. That's how Isom Knox was conceived. Yep. Eric July's ancestor, Isom Knox, was born of rape. That'll speak volumes about Eric July right there. That's the reason why he's so uppity. You're of rape stock. You were fucking born of rape, boy. Your ancestor was born of rape. We don't know the tale of your conception. We don't know who your daddy is. Maybe you were born of rape too, boy. Never know. We'll never know. Yeah, so many fucking people have lost credibility because of that stupid piece of shit. The name is Massa Massison gave him. It's funny. I created a whole lore about Isom Knox. It's kind of starting to stick out there. I actually saw a Twitter profile called Isom Knox. That's actually going along with the lore that I had created, Massa Massison and Master Giswaldi and shit like that. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, old Tony's been catching heat. I saw the fucking the Karen Farms trying to compare Tony, saying that he's Ethan's new war campaign. Shit. Yeah, Rip a Cucks be seething 24/7, 365. Yeah, it's funny on Kiwi Farms, like they talk about the dude going and visiting the grave site of Isom Knox, and just because Null had said in his stream, looks like he pissed on the grave. Just because he said that, it is now taken as the gospel for those people that yes, the grave was in fact pissed on. Oh yeah, the Dick Masterson trolls, they're so bad. They came out there and they pissed on his grave or whatever. Like, even though there's absolutely no proof of that at all, just because Null had speculated about it, like, oh, now that means it really happened. Yeah, these people. A lot of them are the same. Ripacucks, comic skaters, Karen farmers. They will literally make up a story in their head and then believe that story as reality. And then like that, the story becomes real. And then you have to defend the lie that they make up. It's a fucking it's a joke is what it is. There are varying levels of Colonel Kurtz's. And Null, he's basically another shittier version of Colonel Kurtz, just like Young Ripa, just like Ethan Van Sciver. You got their stupid little shitty fucking cuck followers. Fucking joy. It's a fucking joke, is what it is. Yeah, the soy farms. Cheech, he was the one that said it best, called them the soy farms years ago. He was ahead of the time. Pissed on to Grandpappy's grave. And I can't believe Null fucking threw down over $100 to get those stupid books mailed to him. It's like you can read those fucking books for free on the fucking archive site. Save yourself some money, you stupid fucker. Like $100 in whatever shithole third world country you're in would probably be equal to $1,000. You don't need to be spending that kind of money on that kind of fucking shit. It just goes to show how stupid you are. So what? You can try to own dick and veto. Look at this. I spent money and supported the black man, the base black man. Embarrassing is what it is. Oh, he's in Serbia. Like I said, some third world shithole. I apologize to any Serbian audience members, if I have any. I am kind of popular in certain areas across the globe. I think only 60% of my audience is US. Yeah. Uh, Closing in on 3 hour mark. Shit. Maybe we'll go ahead and wind the stream on down. Running out of things to talk about anyway. Oh, Alpha Slop up to 947K. Yeah, I forget what country Rohe's from. Yeah, I'm an American. I barely know all 50 of the fucking states. Good old American education system. Yeah, had I only known then what I know now, basically the entire American education system was created just to churn out factory workers for little wage cucks. So I feel fully justified in hating school the way I did. I know that. Education. Book. We don't need no education. We don't need no force control, as Pink Floyd would say. See if I miss anything in the chat here. Scroll back through the very beginning. Yeah, it's just a chill stream. I didn't think we were going to go this long, but it looks like we did. Yeah. Dead air. Stout air. I'm trying to think what else to say. We'll hit that 3 hour mark. Yeah, July pretty much sums up everything there is about your average Texan in a nutshell. I also came across another Texas lolcow. Yeah, let me give you guys a little inside baseball on a lolcow I found. This guy's also from Texas, and this guy he's an even bigger lolcow than Eric July, believe it or not. Now I like to watch paranormal bullshit, cryptid bullshit, Dogman, Bigfoot, ghost stories, aliens, that kind of shit. And there's this certain channel that specializes in talking about this kind of shit, and it's called Paranormal Roundtable, PRT, the PRT podcast. And there's this guy on there, Josh Turner, Wolf, they call him. He's this big old fat bloated slob. He's basically fucking Chris Chan crossed with Ethan Ralph mixed with a little bit of Michael Aquino. I mean, this guy is like the biggest lolcow I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like literally, he makes Eric July look like a Sesame Street character. Yeah, what happened was he had made some sort of remark and kind of denigrated the people within the Bigfoot and Dogman community that go out and actually search for the Bigfoot and Dogman. They actually get their boots on the ground and go look for them. And he like made fun of them. Boots on the ground, this, boots on the ground, that. So what happened was the people that actually go out there and search for these things with their boots on the ground started making fun of the guy and started trolling him. And what happened was the guy completely lost his fucking mind. Like, I swear to God, like I've never seen anybody lose their mind over getting trolled in all my life. And he basically blew up his whole fucking channel and lost all of his credibility. And like I've dealt with like true like demonic possession, people with like true demons attached to them, and the guy has basically got a fucking demon attached to him. Like, anybody who's dealt with true demonic possession can see it. I mean, he's got a fucking demon attached to him. Like, there was one time he was like in the middle of one of his rants against this group of trolls, and he literally like I heard like the demonic growl and bark like come like out within him and emanated. Like, this motherfucker is clearly possessed by demons. Like, you fucking people listen to this kind of shit all the time, and like you can't see it for what it is. And I didn't even know nothing about the channels that are supposedly trolling the guy. So finally, I go decide to check out the channels that are supposedly trolling him. And I swear to God, it is some of the most tamest trolling I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like, literally, they'll do like little 10 to 20 second like short bits or whatever, where they pretend to be him and kind of like make fun of him, whatever, how fat he is or whatever, how he can't get out of his chair or how he can't breathe or whatever. And like, I'm like, really? This is the shit that caused this guy to fucking lose his mind? Really? Like, just imagine if a troll of my caliber decided to start fucking going after this guy. And I started poking him just a little bit. And well, let me give you a little example of how I went about doing what I did. Like, normally he'll fire up a live stream out of nowhere and rant for at least an hour or two and just blah, blah, just vitriol against these channels that are trolling him or whatever. So what I did was I fired up one of my alts. I think it was Klaus Schwab, and I went into his chat and I was like, "Yes, let the hate flow through you." And that fucking that message kind of flew under the radar. And I was like, "Wolf, you make me so proud. You are like the son I never had." And then the third message, I said, "I haven't felt this excited since the last sacrifice at Bohemian Grove." And then right after that, they turned off the chat to subscribers only. And then no less than 2 minutes later, he shut down the stream. And it was only 24 minutes long, when normally he goes for an hour or more. I was like, fuck, that's how you get trolled, motherfucker. You've never met a troll yet until you've seen a troll of my caliber. But he's never been trolled to that level. Like, literally, I could probably get the guy to yeet himself. Like, if those other people caused him to lose his mind to that degree. Yeah. PRT, the Paranormal Podcast. Like, you want to see a real fucking lolcow, go look at that guy. He's from Texas, too. From Texas. Like he tried to challenge these people to a fight. Like, he tried to set up a boxing match to fight them or whatever. Just because they're, like, making fun of him online and trolling him. It's like, dude, don't you understand or realize the very moment you resort to fight me in real life, you've lost the fucking plot. And then he was like getting ready to sue them for defamation of character or whatever. So what happened was he just started realizing the power of the drama grift. And a dude like me who's seen like comic skaters and Friday Night Tights and all these people, like I've been around the block, and seeing this dude doing what he was doing, it was like watching a 2001: A Space Odyssey when the apes were just now found the monolith and just now started to discover the bone, started discovering warfare or whatever. It's funny watching this guy just now discovering that he can grift off of drama, and that was the reason why he's firing up streams every day, because he's got like an even more cucked fan base than Eric July. I mean, this guy's got the most radicalized fan base I've ever seen. I mean, this guy makes Jim Jones look like a fucking Sesame Street character. But his cuck fans will like literally like throw money at him and shit. We support you, Wolf. We're with you. God bless. And they're all these fake Christian bullshit where they're always pretend praying and shit. Nothing pisses me off more than fucking fake Christian bullshit. Especially fake Texas Christian bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, like that was all I went about trolling him though. Just that one time. And I made a couple of comments in one of his fucking videos and basically saying what a fucking joke the guy was and this and that, and like my comment got a lot of upvotes too. Like the guy is like hemorrhaging subscribers and views. Like people see it for what it is, and only his most hardcore fans even listen to him anymore. Kind of like Eric July. But he's another Texan, straight out of Texas. Textard. Probably have never been outside of the state of Texas. That's the thing about these Textards. They've never, ever been outside of the state of fucking Texas. They don't know what the fucking real world is like. That's why the Californians is going to eat them alive and take over their fucking state. Textardation. Yep. How many of these fucking retarded ripitards, these textards, were raised by single mothers, I wonder? And look at Eric as some sort of a surrogate father figure. That's why they defend him with such a degree of zeal. I wonder. Yeah, I bet there's a lot of them. Very, very large percentage. Yeah, shit, we're closing in on the 3-hour mark. Maybe we'll close it out. Usually we close it out with a song. Throw on something good to fucking listen to. Yeah. Talked about the death of the family, the birth rate plunging, the father epidemic, fat bitches, single mothers, the masters of war, the social engineers. Sometimes you just got to whisper words of wisdom and let it be. Sit back and laugh. Laugh as the world burns. See these fucking bitches looking for job in the city. Working for the man every night and day, as they say. Looking for job in the city. Working for the man every night and day. But I never lost a minute of sleep. Worrying about the way things might have been. Big wheel keep on turning. Turning Proud Mary keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling on a river. Rolling on a river. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Rolling, rolling on a river. Cleaned a lot of plates in Memphis. Put a lot of tang down in New Orleans. But I never saw the good side of the city till I hitched a ride on the riverboat queen. Big wheel keep on turning. Right, man, keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. I said rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. If you go down to the river, bet you're gonna find some people to live. Don't you ever worry if you've got no money. People on the river are happy to give. Big wheel keep on turning. Ride, baby, keep on burning. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. I said rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. From Blaine down out of place down in Memphis, the pump down out of team down in New Orleans. I bet I never saw the good side of a city until I hitch a ride on a riverboat queen. A big wheel I keep on turning, down in Proud Mary keep on burning. Rolling, 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 rolling on the river. I said rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling on the river. Proud Mary. Take a little of the old Creedence version, a little of the old Tina Turner version, flip it Big Daddy style. Yep. Fucking masters of war, the wars of chaos. Fucking boomers! Here come you masters of war. You that build the big guns, you that build the death planes, and you build all the bombs. But you ain't never done nothing but build to destroy. You play with my world like your little toy. Put a gun in my hands, then you hide from my eyes. You turn and run further when the fast bullets collide. You done thrown the worst fear that can never be heard. Fear to bring children into this world. For you're written in my face, unborn in a name. You ain't with the blood that I runs in your veins. Like Judas of Bo, though I'm younger than you. Even though Jesus wouldn't forgive what you do. And I hope that you die, and your death will come soon. And part of your casket on a pale afternoon. Watch as you low down into your deathbed, and I'll stand over your grave till I'm sure that you're dead. Here come you masters of war.